I haven't seen that one, and the stream's up. I did not watch that one though. So I've been working all day. I made an extra $10. Woohoo!
Oh, good on you, you slut. So,
I'm not a slut, Kyle.
hey, come on, bar. Which one do you want to go to?
Let's start with that useless squad right there. The one with the blind chick, Hinata. Let's start with that one. Hello, Prim Demon. Hello, Melissa. Wait, are you forced to start with the fucking? Then what the fuck was the choice? What is one of those illusion of choice shit?
It's going to be a tough fight.
I'd expect no less of Lord Hanzo.
Does it hurt if I tell you that both those people in that feat scale to Dusty, who's the father of Stardust?
To serve ninja. How can you still call yourselves samurai?
What the fuck does that mean, bro?
We do not
It means the Rhodes family's 5D. I don't know what to tell you.
never changed since the olden
Stop
days.
wanking, like everything, please.
You're just upset you're not the head of the table.
Peace.
I don't know what the fuck that means, Kyle.
And act upon that
You're just upset you're not the tribal chief.
So, that's your answer? Peace.
Are you just making these words up now?
Nothing could be more foolish than to stay trapped in that way of thinking.
Kyle, when are you gonna play something good like petting your dog, the snake the phone game?
It always has, and it always will.
It's meaningless to judge by who wins or loses. What's important is conviction. The conviction in your heart.
Well, Kyle,
Boast all you want. We could talk for 10 years, for 100, but we will never exchange our opinions. The only true justice is the heart within yourself.
Fine then. Let me show you now. The strength of the conviction in my heart.
so Pim Demon, he's probably not gonna be done with this for a while.
Let the battle begin.
So how you been, guys?
I'm up.
Yeah, sorry I haven't been able to establish a direct stream day on my own to start streaming again like after 15 or League of Legends or anything. It's just been,
Never waver.
I'm impressed.
you are alive, that is true.
We actually exchanged blows once. That experience made me who I am.
I see. So you were that samurai. I can't believe you survived. You played well for a weak man of peace.
You don't see anything. You aren't aware. That is why you will be defeated by me.
What do you mean? What is it that I'm not able to see?
What is this cope? Yeah, no. Kyle, don't try to pull Virgil with Mifune.
I'm up.
Wait, Pinty, when you actually...
Excuse me, Hanzo.
So, is this how the actual manga goes? He beats Hanzo in a fight?
Game over.
He does.
It's pretty good.
Our difference in strength is very close. What decided our battle was the difference in conviction.
Because when they were younger men, Hanzo beat Mifune in a fight.
Damn. It's kind of weak sauce, I ain't gonna lie. Beat Mifune in a fight.
So I lose. I lose.
Never abandon your conviction. Once you too have the same strength in your heart. But you've lost it, and you will never be able to defeat me.
Conviction. Heart. One Once I had it too, but I have it.
I'm actually surprised you don't like this game if you know Naruto's lore.
You have never lost it. That is what decided this battle. Incredible.
If you don't seem too pleased with how things turned out.
Facing a powerful opponent in Hanzo, Lord Mifune.
Report from General Mifune in the 5th Company. They've successfully defeated Hanzo.
He did it.
I knew Mifune wouldn't fail. And
I swear, Bertha's doing nothing but giving Cloud every hack's imaginable. He caught him a whole fucking flow, word for word, bar for bar. Naruto's not that fun of a series. I see.
Good. It looks like the Ninja Alliance holds the advantage for now.
Shikaku, reports in from other battlefields. The 2nd Company, led by Kitsuchi, has successfully annihilated the enemy. They are moving to the next objective.
I see.
We have a report as well. Enemy forces have drawn near the 3rd Company and are now right in front of them. The battle will soon be underway.
Kakashi, don't let us down.
Damn, just throw Kakashi into the bus, why don't you? Alright, is better than anything Rin does. Oh, wow! Wow! Haven't even read the next book. Just throwing Rin into the bus. Wow, I see how it is.
And the others are investigating that now.
Although I guess I can't be too upset about that. I haven't finished that book yet,
Be
so
very
that's
far away.
that's on me.
Then it's almost time.
Yes, we're gonna get the backstory about
Sakura.
No,
the super rape. The super rapist who
Shut your
hurts his
whore
family.
mouth! I went.
We're gonna get the backstory about the super rapist who hurts his family, and it's gonna completely make us absolutely sympathetic to his cause.
That is never what I said.
At 9 o'clock positions.
How dare
in
you.
Standard Manji formation.
Missed. And is this
He's gonna walk away from his carnage, and he's just gonna go, he has the whole world in his hands.
Thought I'd be
Wow.
reunited with
Wow.
you in a place like
You
this.
proud of you proud of yourself for that one?
If you're here, it must mean that kid's here too.
This is the character where the war retroactively, like,
It's been a while.
fucks part 1 scaling.
James Richard Trap, the next book isn't even out.
Demon and that child with the
You know, I'm gonna work on it right now, Pimp Demon.
But I never imagined it would be against you, Kakashi.
I'm almost done with the editing, but I'm gonna have to go back and add one thing. But I'm gonna wait for Devil Reader first before I add it. I need to make sure I'm right about what I need to
When I
add.
came to, I was with Haku. I thought it was strange, but this place seems neither heaven nor hell.
This is the world of the living. It's not a place for you anymore.
Zabuza, Haku.
Ah, you've grown up. Kakashi's little Kunoichi. And is that other lad still doing well?
Yeah, it's your obligation. There's a streaming. Bruh.
Zabuza, thanks to the two of you, Naruto was able to discover his ninja way. At your grave, he pledged to follow it. He's grown to be a splendid ninja.
Well then, now he shall get even stronger.
Well, I'm taking today and tomorrow off, so I'm happy.
Kakashi,
good.
you
Yes.
understand what will
I'm
happen
pretending to be sick.
don't you?
Very nice.
Just because,
Body
fuck them.
is nothing but a puppet. Use your power on us.
Talked enough? I need you to get to work now.
You must stop.
Is this how it happens in the manga too, or no?
Zabuza,
Kakashi,
For the most part,
you must
more talking though, but they usually do the talking while they're
My
fighting.
dream was to die an instrument of Zabuza.
Haku, could you fucking not, please?
Zabuza is also here under the influence of this jutsu. Means I failed to protect him from you that day.
Like this is actually like one of the two fights that retroactively like fucks the scaling
I cannot even
for the start of part 2 and for the start of part 1.
You did indeed protect Zabuza. You did everything you could.
Because this Zabuza who's
From a different
because the reanimation kind of makes you weaker than when you were actually like
Zabuza never thought
alive.
to use for his destructive
He's able to keep up with Warlock Kakashi, who's actually stayed to who have trained and gotten stronger since part 1. And this is also Kakashi who has a light speed feat of being able to dodge Itachi's like water bullet, which has a statement of traveling at the speed of light.
It was my first defeat
Lies.
ever. Kakashi, don't hold back.
I like how he doesn't acknowledge his son's like just like face, like his son where they're just like, oh dad, you actually cared about me? Kakashi, shut the fuck up.
Remember, I am already dead.
That's not your line, Zabuza. You're already dead.
I died. Human.
I can travel at the speed of Pimp Demon.
Well, let's put it this way. I know it's supposed to be like this moral thing, how it's evil to use like the reanimation, but let's be very clear here. If you're actually dedicated to the protection of your village, the reanimation jutsu should not be like a moral issue.
Here they come.
That's true. Can 10 characters scale Naruto characters from large DLC fight from Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4?
No, you do not get to use Laz's DLC. He does not appear in the story or any other point. He's just a fun little like character you can unlock. Outside of like, I guess, consistent speed feats, you wouldn't really want to use Laz anyway, because Naruto during the end of part 1 and part 2 scales higher than like most of Tekken in terms of speed anyway.
Weirdest part is how people brought back by Jutsu don't remember anything from the afterlife or how it is. Oh, man.
You have no place here.
There is no afterlife,
Wow,
which is weird. There are souls, but there's no afterlife that we know of.
Can you use that in Comp Lars, right? Yeah.
You can. Actually, I don't even think you can, because he doesn't. Because Naruto doesn't have towers like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter, so you can't. He doesn't have anything outside of just being a fun little cameo that you can use in free battle only.
Who are those losers?
This is unbelievable.
Kakashi, those are...
Yeah. They're the Hidden Mist Village's most brutal.
Hex, in the Narutoverse, if you're strong enough, you can momentarily communicate with the living while you're dead. Yeah. Wait, aren't they missing somebody?
Kashi-sensei.
Alright, Mike guy, use the 8 game or the 8 game.
I'll take him.
Of course. Kakashi is after Zabuza and Haku then. He must have known them quite well.
We knew him for like 2 minutes, tops.
Then make sure they give him a good fight.
Guy, I'm counting on you.
Yeah.
Didn't Guy's dad die to the 7 swordsmen of the mist?
Opponents are those 6 ninja.
Do you have a plan, Guy Sensei?
He died to them, but they ended up killing them.
Waste time fooling around will just increase our losses.
So,
So the thing with the unit is that when one of them dies, another one takes their place. They have like constant apprentices under him.
Yeah, because the fish guy's one of the 7 swordsmen, right? From the
Yes, and
cutscene?
he was the apprentice of the big fat redhead one.
And isn't one of the guys in Sasuke's crew also one of the 7 swordsmen?
No, he's a brother of
That guy.
Hozuki. He looks exactly. You'll know who his brother is because he looks exactly like him.
No. I saw him. That's why I was like, wait, isn't that guy on Sasuke's crew?
No, that's his older brother. Okay, what do you think?
Kyle, why the fuck are you even asking? You
Well,
know?
what for our options?
I understand what you're saying, Guy Sensei, but I think it would be best for the 3 of us to split up and attack separately.
That's push
I know
shit.
that it's a little crazy, but we can't take our time with this.
They're going
We
legend.
use all our strength to annihilate the 7 ninja swordsmen at once. Sakura, I understand how you feel, but even though it seems crazy,
Adult Noctis was full power Kazuya.
is going to
Noctis.
minimize casualties in the end.
But
It will be fine. There is nothing we cannot do if we join forces.
very well. But please consider retreating if it gets really dangerous.
I know, but right now we should focus on victory. Let's go.
Surrender with the hot blood of youth. Yeah, there he is, right there. Look at him. All right, so just fight all 6 of them, bro.
The 7 swordsmen are quite the opponents, but
Wait, do you actually fight all 6 at once?
Yes,
Oh, that's actually fucking cool.
you asshole.
Yeah, all right, kick their ass. Your dad could do it.
It cost him his life.
Well, hopefully it won't cost you yours.
Fingers crossed.
opponent to let down his guard. That's Mangetsu Hozuki. He's the most dangerous of all the 7 ninja swordsmen. This beeline, he's incredible.
The explosive blade.
Kyle, are there any women among them?
Yes,
There's an explosion jutsu
I'm a Yuri Ringo.
The one that just got taken out?
The one I just fucking karate kicked into oblivion. Yes.
isn't the best plan.
I see.
Just have to do it.
Watch out for Genie Nakabino. His blade Kabutowari, the helmet splitter, can smash through all defense.
That's a hammer, it's not a blade!
Actually, it's connected to an axe, which is a blade.
Shut the fuck up. Wait, why? I don't remember the brothers Sugetsu being the most dangerous. Thought it was Kizume.
No.
The sewing needle. What a strange weapon.
Oh my god, no! Fucking no! Don't revive!
Trash.
The lightning blade. Kiba. The fang. And its wielder, Amayuri Ringo, who sports a fearsome lightning attack. A ninja who can control lightning? So we have to be careful how we move.
Ah.
In the area that
What?
can be affected.
What was that Nani about?
Me. Please call me again.
Kyle! Fucking stop them from reviving! Holy fuck! Look at Kyle go. He's got this.
Please call me.
He got almost all of them, and he was worried about doing this fight.
Please call me again.
Kyle should have more confidence in himself. Oh, you see, I don't want to do a Yu-Gi-Oh stream again. I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh in a fat minute, actually. Look at his damage dude, guys, busted. Did Kyle get an et? Oh, see. Shame.
What a fierce battle. But we won.
Judging by the direction the sound's coming from,
Return a mobile game, lol.
Kakashi Sensei.
Zabuza. Just wait. This won't take long.
Let the battle begin.
I will accept your emotions. Zabuza. I'm glad we got to fight you two that day. It was that battle that made Naruto who he is today.
Ha! Lightning blade. This is the end.
I should probably stream a mobile game again.
Lightning shiver.
Those were fun. It's a bit off Romney ended.
Hesitated back then. But that hesitation proved that you were human.
You can replace it with PSA.
Died human.
Nah, I think Star Rail exists. Kyle, quick! He's throwing shurikens at you! 3 out of the 7 Swordsmen is a weird title. It is.
Gotcha.
Haku, could you try and, like, you know, not just stab yourself every single time?
He's gonna come right through the kid to get to me.
Isn't the kid fine? Because, like, reanimation jutsu?
Why?
Yes.
Why can't I keep up?
Zabuza, remember, you hesitated to slice through Haku that day. But things are different now. You're just an emotionless tool of evil.
That's why I said, bro, can you take me out already? Oh!
Ninja lulled by peace are not true ninja friends. The second you speak of such things, you prove yourself to be a fool.
Kakashi just stealing everyone's techniques.
That is his gimmick.
I remember seeing the meme that Kakashi was so famous, even the sixth sage like knew about him. Cause I don't know if this is in the anime or the manga, but I guess when like Kakashi talks to the sage of the 6 paths, he's all like, "Oh, you're Kakashi Atake." It's like,
This
what?
is goodbye, demon.
You find a treasure in that gutter. What a wonderful tool to protect me to the bitter end.
Okay, Zabuza. Is that really how you think of him?
Haku was nothing but a tool to me. A tool to fight for me. And a tool to break for me. A tool working only for me. This is the end.
No one knows my favorite game.
Twin lightning shiver.
That is true. I don't think you've ever referenced it.
I know you've got more than that. Now then, let's see the true power of the demon of the hidden mist.
Kyle, quick! He's got Hulk the Ryukin! Also, I did get a statement for the Fist of the North Star mobile game, but it's not as good as the strongest force in the universe.
This is the end. Lightning blade. Twin
Fucker.
lightning shiver.
What? Why are you so upset about that?
Because you're just doing playing random fucking games, and you're like, Zim, I have a statement of basically destroying all creation.
That statement is not from a game.
It depends on the device on the console. Certain game called Devil May Cry 2. Devil May Cry 2 is peak. That is correct. That is a good choice.
Let's just get this senseless fight over with.
I wish it was playable on keyboard.
I like playing on keyboard. Keyboard sucks.
Damn.
Your manners of death and your tears.
If I could, if I were able, I would want to go to the same place on the other side as you.
It demonstrated your bond to each other.
They're enemies, but, you know, I kind of liked them.
Your mom used to suck in her college years? What the
I
fuck?
feel the same.
Bro, the Naruto bridge arc was fantastic. Kai, when are you gonna get back to playing through Final Fantasy? He plays it off stream. What Final Fantasy are you on right now? You're still on 9 or 10?
I'm on 10.
Are you gonna go through all 10 sequels, or are you gonna go straight to 11 after 10?
I'm gonna go through all 10 sequels.
Kakashi-sensei!
Reanimation really is unforgivable.
Dude, go for X2.
It takes a lot for me to lose my temper too. But I'm
X2. Yuna with a gun.
Did Kyle finish the Witcher 3 DLCs? He did.
I am Kakashi the Copy Ninja. I've copied 1,000 jutsu. Watch me live up to my nickname.
What, did he copy the guy's Demon Slash?
Actually, he can.
Well, no, I don't believe it.
Right, it won't take long.
There's a
Well,
report from the local intel unit.
basically it allows him to copy, like, physical techniques and, like,
They're on the offensive.
jutsu that he can, like, reasonably do.
All right.
Yeah.
Good job. A feat only Kakashi Hatake would be capable of.
Not surprising at all that he would.
We can probably say that the battles of the 2nd, 3rd, and 5th companies are.
If Aragorn kills Albert in the Mansion Resident Evil 5, is there really no one else to carry out Project Ouroboros? No, because Ouroboros isn't made at that point.
Better than I expected.
Or
No, it's still being it's still being experimented upon. It's not until the start of 5 where we get word that he's basically finished it. And by that point, after the mansion, he moves to the labs at
Isn't it with his sister at that point?
No, because he then goes to what's the woman's name that helps him during 5?
Excella.
Yeah, so he basically goes to her company to finish off the rest of the research.
Hello, Jeremy. When is Kakashi gonna go from 1,000 to 2,000? Also, who counted them?
Take the wounded and fall back.
Nobody did.
Provide cover for squad 3. Don't let the enemy get close.
Yes, sir.
Chapter 7.
Trinity Cell isn't a hard name to remember, Kyle.
Well, it kind of is when you do research on more than one fucking series, and then that series that you've done research on was over a year ago.
No, they wouldn't have been sent to Africa because Ouroboros never would have happened.
Criminals have come back to life too.
No.
Africa was the testing bed.
Don't have a chance against those two.
What? Wesker dies? Resident Evil 5 doesn't happen.
With me, we'll fight those two. Sir. Let's go.
Weren't these guys have the Nine Tails in them, don't they?
They ate flesh of the Nine Tails, so they have some of the chakra within them. Even though, mind you, it's a really good feat because the Nine Tails chakra is supposed to be like ultra fucking poisonous to the touch. And like people have literally said, we don't understand how they survive being in the stomach and like surviving after eating it.
He's Kakuzu of the Akatsuki. I've heard he's very strong. Please be careful.
Kakuzu?
Far outstrips yours.
Kyle, what's your next video gonna be? I think you said it was gonna be the Babe, or your next solo project's Bakugan, right?
Yes. It's that in the Redux for prototype via the James Heller video.
Technically, the 4th grade Ninja War has started.
You are strong. I'll give you that.
Hello, Mangler.
This is as far
I
as
mean, we're on Discord if you want to hop on in.
Not now. We have no time. This guy's pretty strange.
My next video, I'm not sure yet. Because I haven't really started playing pen to paper yet for a video. I've done research for it, but I still need to translate the guidebook still to finish off this North Star. It'll probably be a book review, if anything, or it'll be the MGR video I'm working on with Kyle. Those are a lot of black lions. Or are they pumas?
This is the end for you. But this took much longer than I expected. I still have to stop them next.
Wouldn't Kakuzu scale above these guys, or no?
They should.
Well, I thought Kakuzu fought the first Hokage.
He did. But to what extent, we don't know.
I see.
Damn.
With that, we can seal him away.
I like how they just put like White Zetsu, it's just like, fuck the White Zetsu. It's like, how about if I just run past them?
Kyle!
No, fuck that. I'm on a time limit.
No, fuck you. You're on time limit. I'm not gonna.
No, I'm literally on a time limit.
Two things. Ayo, Baka video sounds great. Love the series of video games. I'm gonna say if you guys would like to, if I do an avatar for Kyle for the video, since Zim has one. You're gonna talk to Kyle about that, but that takes more editing. I find it fun, but I'm not sure if Kyle would.
Zim likes to do that fun AI stuff. Mine's more information based than trying to have fun.
Oh, look, it's Kinkaku and Genkaku.
Damn, you're just a common ninja.
Also known as the Nine Tails Imposters.
They're real Nine
Am I
Tails
right,
people.
Kyle?
They killed the second Hokage!
With an entire battalion behind them.
That was mainly that.
On the second try.
Wait, what do you mean the second try?
So, the first time they tried to kill him was a sneak attack when he was attending a meeting with the Raikage in the middle of the
Not
crowd,
authorized.
and they
Not
failed.
authorized, by the way.
Yes. And they failed, and then they came back the second time, and I'm pretty sure, based on this, there's good reason to believe they had the 5 great ninja tools with them, or at least some of them, as well as a whole platoon of, like, fucking Cloud Ninja with them.
Just type out the question for Dylan.
Mangler, I have a Warhammer question. I may have a Warhammer answer. Possibly. Oh, is that what Gale style looks like in this game? That looks... I want to be honest, that kind of looks more like a Chakra Blast than it does like... a laser style.
Your mom's chakra blast.
Meet so much resistance.
Because that's not laser circuses, that's black hunting.
No, the actual laser circus ability you used. The one yeah, that one. The one you just used. It looks like you're shooting a bunch of chakra orbs. Pimp, why would you make him do a book review on Beowulf? That is a horrible fucking poem. That's like an English major's worst nightmare. Actually, scratch that. No, that's an English-speaking person's worst nightmare.
I did those book reviews because I read the books for a class, and that's why I did it. But Beowulf was fucking terrible.
It's so bad.
Beowulf was exceptionally bad. There's bad, and then there's whatever the fuck Beowulf is.
Dude, when I read that entire thing, I was like, man, was this even correct for the time? Like, did they have proofreading at the time?
Are they calling you Black Kyle?
No. They call me third rate because they're gold and silver.
What?
They're trying to say you're bronze.
Wow, that was easy.
Is it true if you say, I don't want to talk about the Emperor, the Imperium is going to be like, how dare you, time to die? Not necessarily. I mean, yeah, the Imperium is filled with, like, a bunch of loyalists. But, like, there's obviously a lot of places in the world that don't talk about the Emperor all the time. And some people don't necessarily revere him as a god, but they're still loyal to the Emperor, so it kind of depends on the person in question. Now, if you're openly against the Emperor's regime, that's a bit different. That's basically considered treason. Or, as the Imperium likes to put it, heresy.
Remember when this was set up to steal Madara and went nowhere? The ultimate ninja tools make no fucking sense, because then you also have things like the fucking Totsuka blade, which are just like, oh yeah, one touch and you're sealed away forever, including your soul.
Nice work using the ethereal transmission jutsu.
And it's not an ultimate ninja tool or anything.
Thanks.
It's better than most of the ultimate ninja tools. It's something that Itachi clearly found in the world, but it's not part of the Sage 6 Path ninja tools. Apparently.
That's ridiculous.
He found 2 spiritual weapons. I don't know how.
It's just Itachi, bro.
What's even better is that they're not even considered the best weapons, apparently, even though they have objectively better feats.
Just a little more and we'll be able to take this coastline.
Ugh.
No, because...
Angle, do you agree with the Darth Vader versus Doctor Doom battle? I already said, like, I don't know what happened. Sorry.
Wait, so what is...
So, we have one fight coming up that's not bad, and then we have the other one which is an absolute pain in the ass to get S on.
You'll be fine. You already got a C earlier, you'll be fine.
No, like, I've already gotten S's on this fight in particular, but the one that's a real pain in the ass is the Ghetto statue fight. That one's fucking hard. Not a hard fight, just hard to beat it without being hit.
Good to know, because I heard people say you will die on the spot. It's not that you'll die on the spot, it's just people are very, very loyal to the Emperor, so they'll get really fucking butthurt about it. But if you're fighting in his name and for the Imperium, they'll be like, okay, whatever. That's fine. Like, if you're just like, I don't want to talk about the Emperor, I just want to do my job, they might get butthurt about that, but they're not gonna, like... I mean, if you're over here like, yeah, I'm gonna kill and purge those chaos scum, they'll be like, alright, that's fine. That's acceptable.
Pimp Demon, how are you
Praising the Emperor is great.
You don't need to hold back.
An epitaph is when you die.
But I can't.
No, he means the epitaph novel.
Oh, okay. I was saying, how do you gain an epitaph?
Look at him. Shoji's lost his fighting
I know, it's the thing.
Through great skill.
I know, it's the thing that allows you to see into the future.
Does Sasuke have one, dude? Because he had like a bow and arrow, right? I think that's just his Susanoo. I don't think that's actually a special
That's just his,
Yeah.
that's just his natural Susanoo's ability.
Sasuke was the archer class in his RPGs. That's why he's got the bows and arrows. Sage Mode Hashirama versus Kakazu. Is that a fucking joke?
Alright, Kakuzu's got that in the bag.
Kakazu can get the hell out of
We'll
dodge.
focus on this fight. How about you? Fuck you.
I don't like 40k YouTubers, they're just Halo YouTubers. No, I would argue they're significantly better. Granted, they have some cringe takes. Sometimes, maybe a lot of times. But the difference is that they actually have to read to do their job. Halo YouTubers don't. They can just lie about it. Or just say they read the wiki, whereas, like, in order to actually have a conversation about anybody in Warhammer, you kind of have to read something.
It's no use. We won't be able to stop him at this rate.
They can't stop their own teacher? That's kind of cringe, bro. Team 7 would never.
So, in the anime and manga, it's less that they can't, and it's more they don't want to.
Yeah, there's like scenes I think where Choji's about to hit him with like the enlarged fist, and he will just like stop himself right before he's about to punch like Azuma's face.
Oh, several times. And there's like a time where he'll just pin him up against a cliff and just like do everything possible to not try and hurt him.
I would think that they would have hesitated by the time he was getting sealed or breaking down at that point, but you'd think Choji would realize, like, yeah, my teacher has an immortal body with infinite chakra and endless regeneration. I think punching him in the face, he's gonna be fine.
I'm trying to remember, was it this fight or was it the fight after where he unlocked his clan's like special ability to basically turn into like a butterfly man and lose all the weight straight away?
It's after this fight, because this fight is what triggers it.
Yes, so basically him and his daughter basically use it to become skinny whenever they choose to.
Are you telling me Choji has a reverse enlargement technique now, where he becomes smaller?
No, so what it does is that it uses up so much chakra that it burns all the fat in his body.
Of all the people Kabuto resurrected, it had to be Asuma. I don't understand what's special about him. Like, taking the bodies of more would be much better.
So Asuma actually has like a couple of good feats, and if you actually like pay attention to the statements in the manga, he kind of like matches Kakashi in terms of skill. Because he's also part
is considered. Yeah, I was gonna say he's part of the Guardian Shinobi 12.
Yeah, like the series kind of makes him look like a jobber, but if you actually like pay attention to everything he's achieved, he's actually like pretty stacked.
So, how did he die again? Just out of curiosity?
Because he didn't understand how Hedon's power works, and he underestimated Hedon and basically got killed.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
He died the same way that everyone died to Hedon, which is, I don't know what your power does, and it defies logic, and it's also
Let's be very clear. If you know what Hedon's power is, most people would not lose to Hedon.
Dude, when everybody knows what Hedon's power is, not only do they beat him in the fucking canon, they beat him in the filler, too. Like, I think there's like a filler episode with, it's like Power or whatever, or one of the prequel episodes to Power, where Kabuto summons like a reanimated Hedon, and Sakura's fighting him, and she's just like, yeah, Captain Yamato, whatever you do, don't let him hit you. And she's just spending the entire time just dodging. Like, she's not even throwing a punch. Like, she beats him by just dodging the entire time.
Holy shit, you got Super Saiyan 3 hair.
It's just his actual hair.
Yes. The archer class really is made up of archers. Yes. These are facts. I think in the case of the third Hokage, Kabuto would not have been able to take him because he was hit with the Reaper Death Seal during his battle with Orochimaru, so his soul was trapped in the belly of the Reaper.
I don't think that's how it's explained. I think he kind of forgot because Orochimaru doesn't need that for later.
No. So I'm talking about Kabuto. So Kabuto doesn't know about the. From what I understand, Kabuto does not know about the Shinigami mask. Orochimaru does, but Kabuto has never demonstrated he knows about the Shinigami mask. That and, I mean, this kind of sounds like a silly thing to say, but it wasn't written at the time that the fourth war arc was being made. Oh wow, it's lightning. It's lighting up some lightning, something fierce outside. As far as... Oh, go ahead.
Is that why you can't sleep?
That's funny. That would have been a good reason, but no.
Nice work.
You could try dodging.
That's what I want to see.
No, I gotta take every single moment of this cinematic experience to appreciate how much growth my students have had.
So, I don't know if Mingler would disagree with this, but I don't understand the true problem behind, like, the reanimation jutsu and why, like, the Leaf in particular wouldn't just revive everyone they need and just keep them around forever. No nation would ever, like, fuck with them.
Okay, so what's exactly your... Well, first, let me explain why he might not have brought back Donzo, and then you can talk to me about the thing.
I just mean, like, why it was never a technique that was, like, taught to other people for the safety of, like, the village.
If I recall correctly, it's primarily because
it's immoral to bring people back, but that in times of war, that would literally make no sense for what most of this series takes place in.
So, I would assume that there's two reasons. The first of which is the more relevant one, is the utility-based reason, and that is just the effects of the jutsu itself. Which is to say that when Tobirama used it, the people who were brought back with reanimation were significantly weaker than they were. Like, way weaker than even, like, Orochimaru's second variation, which drastically improved upon the first version. They were so weak, and I think there were even statements that they couldn't last very long. We also don't know how effective their regeneration was either. Because if they basically have, like, if they're almost indistinguishable from their original versions in the third iteration, I have to assume that their regeneration and their stamina is shittier in the first iteration. Which means Tobirama's version is garbage. So there'd really be no reason to use it. Like, I think it was just something that he created because he was like, oh, well, I'm just experimenting with jutsu and I can't. And then the second reason is obviously the ethical one. Like, if you make an excuse, even in times of war, to bring people back to the dead, you're now kind of creating, like, this slippery slope where you're like, all right, we now have a boundary on morality. So, how can the leaders of our village...
Morality's overrated anyway.
Well, so, what I mean is that, like... Wait, I'm sorry, did you say morality is fucking gray? Did you just say that?
That's overrated.
Oh. No, it's kind of the system by which we live by.
If I need soldiers, reanimate and jutsu, go!
Well, so it's not that like, the idea in practice is fine. Like, I would just use the Byakuya argument, which is that, or the not the Byakuya argument, the fucking, what's his face? God, I can't remember his name.
Madara has entered the battlefield, and he's soloing everybody!
A masked ninja? It can't be Madara Uchiha.
The probability is quite high.
I cannot remember his name.
Describe his power.
Mayuri. So I would just use Mayuri's argument then. So Mayuri had the same premise and problem with a Gigi, Giselle Giswold, when she started zombifying many of the captains, and he converted them into zombies. Byakuya was like, "Why would you do that to them?" And he's like, "Well, first of all, I didn't technically do that. Like, she already turned them into zombies. I just made them fight in. I just converted them back to our side, made them fight in service of the Soul Society. And the second reason is, would you deny them the right to service their duty even in death? Is that not their responsibility as the captains of the Soul Society, is to defend the Serite, even in this condition?" So, you could make a moral argument, pretty strong ethical one, that Shinobi would be more than happy to come back from the dead to defend their village, and that's kind of proven by this war. I just think their specific reason for why they didn't was just that the jutsu kind of sucked in its first iteration.
Shit! It's the Ten Tails!
Oh
it's not the Ten Tails, it's the ghetto statue.
You're right! So it should count as not the Ten Tails, therefore it should count
wait,
as not standard equipment!
Did I hear the Ten Tails gamer chair?
It becomes the Ten Tails later, and he can summon it, so...
Sure you can. Now how's
So
it turned to Ten Tails? Huh? How's he doing it? How's he doing it?
You do realize he can still summon it after it absorbs all the tail beasts, so it would still be standard equipment. Go fuck yourself.
It is standard equipment, as stupid as it seems. He shouldn't be able to summon it, but he can. And he does it like 2 times in the war.
I'll just go ahead and put all the tail beasts as standard equipment for fucking Obito then, apparently.
Only if they're actually absorbed by the ghetto. But there are versions of Obito that don't have access.
Go fucking Legend. Don't even fucking ask.
Are you sure?
Go Legend.
Goku versus Hidan? Is that even a question?
Because their families and clan put the scream on the clouds after knowing their loved ones are usually with no weapons, devoid of life, and think he has a time limit. Orochimaru is the one that was trying to make it better, and Kabuto is the one that upgraded it a little. Now I look at it, doesn't statue come like the corpses of Sage of Six Paths? It does a little bit.
They both made it better. Orochimaru's variant also upgraded it.
Bitch.
Now, for Danzo, I don't know if I can actually give you a legitimate reason as to why Kabuto didn't bring back Danzo. I don't think I really can.
Probably because the eyes would be worthless at that point, wouldn't they?
I don't like him.
Well, it's not really necessarily a problem for Kabuto, because if you were to reanimate him, technically, since they're part of his...
He would have Izanagi forever. Actually,
yeah,
no. No, he wouldn't, because when Itachi uses it, he loses his eye in fucking reanimation.
He wouldn't have Izanagi forever, but the problem is that the eyes are implanted in his body along with Hashirama's chakra, so if he were reanimated, he would get all of that. It's just that now he wouldn't have a chakra concern, so technically speaking, he would be able to use... Well, actually, I don't know if he'd be able to use Shisui's eye again. Wait, would he be able to use Shisui's eye?
No,
if he's coming back from the dead?
I guess it would count as a reset.
It wouldn't even be a reset, though. It would just be a new eye. Because it's not the same eye anymore. Keep in mind, the reanimation bodies aren't their actual bodies. They're made from, like, new ones. Now, granted, as soon as he uses it, he would lose that eye forever. He would also just have, like, fully evolved Sharingan for the entire battle. He's a Hokage level fighter. Yeah, honestly, I can't come up with a reason for why Kabuto didn't bring Danzo back. The more that I think about it, the more it actually just frustrates me that he didn't bring him back.
Maybe he just doesn't like him on a personal level.
To be fair, the entire fandom, and literally everyone in the Naruto world doesn't like Danzo, so if Kabuto was like, yeah, just on a personal level, fuck you, I'm not bringing you back even though you're useful. Even if you could literally win the war, I'm not bringing you back just out of principle and spite. Everyone would have respected that. No one would have questioned it.
By the way, so you're writing the novel? I am, because I want to finish this novel and move on to another one. I've been writing this novel for technically like, I'm not gonna say a year. I'm gonna say like more accurately like 6 months because of like breaks and stuff in between it. Kyle, quick, block or dodge.
As
I
I
noticed
said,
he's not using
it's
it
very
as
hard to
first
do that because it's very clunky.
I don't care if you're the size of a skyscraper. Dodge.
Bruh, he's just like, in a kaiju battle, I want you to dodge.
Yeah.
Well, the Ghetto statues is built different. Obviously. Wait, so have you already played, did you get the chance to play Generations? Or did you just go straight past 2 to 3?
There's no need to play Generations.
Oh! My
And
favorite
also,
Storm game.
Generations doesn't really give us anything that's all that different. And it's literally just a recap of basically like 1 and 2. It's the same thing why I'm not doing like Revelations or Revolution after this.
To be fair, you can skip Revolutions. It's pretty much the same thing as 3.
It's the same thing as 3 with more characters.
Well, isn't there 2 different versions of 3 though? Isn't there one that's like 3 full burst or something?
Yeah, that's the one that comes with when you buy it on PS4 and 5, and that's the one we've got here.
Oh wow, Beast Gohan beat True Ultra Instinct Goku. Great, I can't wait for Gohan to fucking fuck up the next time he's fighting somebody.
Wait, has that new manga chapter dropped?
Apparently.
For who?
Kyle, quick,
actually,
use the people's elbow!
I didn't get to mention this. I don't know if anyone mentioned it on stream, but Zim, have you seen any of the new Dragon Ball Super manga chapters?
I have not. What's up?
So Vegeta finally, one of the final chapters before Toriyama died, he finally let Vegeta beat Goku. But you don't see the fight. You don't see the fight at all. You see the end of the fight, and they're in base, and they're basically wounded and exhausted, and Goku collapses first, and Vegeta's just like, yes, I finally defeated Kakarot! Yes! And then, like, every single chapter after that, he just holds it over his head. It's the funniest fucking thing. He's like, yes, I've achieved one of my lifelong greatest goals. I have evolved.
Back body drop.
Kyle, quick, use the people's elbow. Wait, no, that's pretty funny. Wait, Kyle, you're not playing, so you're not playing with the one where it's Mecha Naruto and you can play as a character if you're choosing for the story mode?
No, because one, there's no. The problem with that, for me to do that, I have to find a way to actually be able to stream the PS3, and I don't know how to do that because, again, I tried that with Zim, and it was literally like 5 hours of getting nowhere. And I don't even know if I have like the right splitter for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that day. I wake up in a cold sweat every now and again because of it.
No, you act like it's such a chore to try and teach me technology.
So my dad wants to go to New Zealand. Do you know how close to New Zealand is Australia? So I can just make a quick trip over there and kick your ass!
You would still have to pay a plane trip.
Well, yeah, okay, but like,
Now the real question was, what would be the damage that Zim sustains? Would it be from the actual fight, or the finances needed to get over there?
Fucking both.
Good question.
And also the dentist bill once he gets back to America, because he's not going to get any of that free dental here.
Nah, I don't.
I'm pretty sure this is the new chapter. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is just an old chapter. Unless they don't have a translation yet.
Every New Zealand, only $125? Oh, it's gonna cost me, from New Zealand to Australia would cost me $356. Yeah, because
We did get
in the
confirmation.
Sydney area. He's not in the Melbourne or Brisbane area.
Oh my god, it's Brisbane and Melbourne.
Melbourne and Brisbane.
It's Melbourne and Brisbane.
That is literally not how it's spelled.
That's literally how it's pronounced.
You guys are fucking
No, you guys are fucking retarded because you try and pronounce everything individually when you see two things mashed together.
This is why the English language is such a fucking joke, because of the fucking
No, because you would literally look at Japanese words, and if you were to see Sasuke, you would go Sasasuke.
To be fair, that's primarily because America pronounces parts
Things
of the English
retardedly.
language very differently. It's almost like language is, kind of difficult or something.
What do you mean, Mangler? All language is the same and built upon the same basis. Didn't you remember the Death of the Author essay?
Yeah, the same as I remembered all the translation fucking arguments every time that I've had on the internet. So I should just be able to translate a word into something, and it means exactly that. There's no other complications or other factors that might lead to it being different. Yeah, so all I've seen so far is that Goku and Gohan start their fight, and they're just brawling for a little bit, and there's not really anything beyond that. If the new chapter's out, I don't think it's been translated just yet.
Man, I really hope Choji didn't step on one of his allies.
Bro, are you telling me you don't like this sneak preview of Godzilla X Kong?
Wait, Kyle, so you're not playing as the one where it's Mecha Naruto and you play as the character of your own choosing for the story mode?
I said no. Not unless any of you can actually provide me with what splitter I need and instructions on how to actually use it.
I was not listening to that part.
Mangler, you mind if
My
I
apologies.
see the latest chapter?
Yes, because I am gonna read it. Do we have any indication of when it's going to be translated? Because I assume it'll be soon. So this might actually be the last chapter that Toriyama worked on.
Choji! Are you alright? Yeah, I am.
You did well, Choji. Thank you for carrying this fight, because I decided not to be involved.
Just like a good father, I've abandoned you to go get some cigarettes.
They got it, didn't
they?
Not to worry, Choji.
If I chose Hero and I was allowed to use the army, Kasuchi here would have literally raised a mountain to squash the fucking ghetto statue so I could go over there and beat it up.
That's cool.
Honestly, he could have just put one right behind him, put a giant cage match arena, and you would have beat the shit out of that thing. It would have been a giant wrestling match.
Zim wasn't too particularly pleased with all the feats I was presenting earlier in the chat.
Dude, when I was listening to that, I was literally out at a restaurant eating seafood with my family, and I was like, "What the fuck is he talking about? Some wrestler turning into a constellation? What does that even mean? Is he high?" And then I see in the chat, there it is.
And then you have the one bit where you have a magic wand that turns you into a woman.
I thought you meant he just threw out a punch and just turned someone into a woman, and I'm like, what the fuck does that even? How does that even work?
What kind of Ivankov bullshit is this?
What would even be the use of that?
This isn't going well.
Your chakra control is still no good.
Well, you could have. If a woman wants to fight you, she could just turn you into a woman.
I sent you a chapter in DMs, Mangler.
I guess I just I haven't gotten the hang of it yet. So you gotta let me.
I specifically said no, so I'm just gonna ignore that. Oh, good. This is not a picture or anything. Wait. Hang on. Is it translated?
There aren't any tricks I haven't already taught you.
Or for a whole chapter?
Learning to lock fists with
Hold up a minute.
to successful control.
Hold up a minute. Yes. I think at some point I might buy the Dragon Ball manga. Because not the Dragon Ball manga, the, fucking, Dragon Ball Super manga. Because I actually like it.
If you want the official translations, I can get it to you.
Well, I just like owning physical media, honestly.
I have no room for physical media.
Yeah, I understand that. That being said, after my journey with Bleach, I think I would do 3
sword in the wall.
Very well. To get back to the subject.
Well, Zim's not gonna like when I tell him that the Ultimate Warrior can also run into mirrors. And into
what?
Like the mirror dimension.
Oh, I was gonna say, Kyle, I can run the mirrors too. He's not special.
You have Matt Hardy, who's made the Fractured Universe, and you have Ray Wyatt, who's basically also made his own universe with the Firefly Funhouse.
Ugh.
That's how it is. So sorry, kids. Anyway, now I gotta face off with you. Won't hold back.
Would it please you to know, as a super boss in last year's wrestling game, the super boss was an invisible John Cena you had to beat.
Bruh. That would imply you could see John Cena at any time.
Well, you couldn't. You could only see his jorts.
Next chapter, Dragon Ball's on Wednesday. I see.
Wait. Whoa. Hold up a fucking second. Based on Goku's statements, if he claims that when mastered the Ultra Instinct technique, the body moves on its own, then what is he doing for 90% of the fight where he's just getting, like, beaten to a pulp by his son? And he has the white hair. He's already in the form.
So, this just goes to show that Ultra Instinct was always a lie to begin with, and that Whis is just a fucking loser who doesn't know how to explain shit.
Well, to be fair, Whis does say that there are different levels of Ultra Instinct.
Yeah, but this is Master Ultra Instinct. This is
but the base thing of Ultra Instinct, when you talk about Ultra Instinct, not even Master, it's just base was you're able to subconsciously dodge shit.
I think what makes it worse is that this is after the Granola art, so this is when he's actually got control of the mastered form, so it's better than it was during the Tournament of Power.
Yeah, you mean when he just blatantly stole the Susanoo?
Yeah, well, so he starts using it, he starts actually focusing on it. So the most I can grant charitably is that he just wasn't instinctively moving. But then that just means Ultra Instinct isn't just a technique, it's now a transformation then. Because even when he takes the form, he doesn't actually have the properties of Ultra Instinct unless he actively turns it on. Because there's literally a panel where he has to stand there and,
Well, wouldn't that make more sense for why, like, Jiren could still, like, smack him during the final stages of the fight?
So there's a panel where after he gets smacked around through a boulder, he says, like, oh, however, I'm no slouch. He's complimenting Gohan on his training. He says, however, I'm no slouch either, given the amount of training I put in. He closes his eyes, he starts concentrating, does a T-pose in midair, and then opens his eyes up again, and then he basically, like, teleports behind Gohan and just speed blitzes him. And then after that, after he does a small combo, he starts evading all of his moves.
Gohan?
So, like, it only goes on. No, Goku starts evading all of Gohan's moves after he closes his eyes and concentrates for a second, and then he teleports behind him and starts comboing. And then the Ultra Instinct actually moves, and Gohan's like, I see, so this is the power of Ultra Instinct.
What's your plan, B?
Plan?
Come on, weren't you paying attention? The hokage gave us a secret, remember?
And he's like, man, when Master of the Body moves on its own, that's why no attack would hit. Truly an amazing technique, just as expected, but Beast isn't quite like that. And Gohan proceeds to explain why Ultra Instinct is such a shitty technique by just powering up more.
So are you telling me that that unlike other like instinctual techniques, if you're fast enough, you can just cancel it out?
Yeah, but to be fair, we already saw that happen. Jiren proved that in the Tournament of Power.
Actually, so
and Gohan proves it again here.
Speaking of things, how's that moving goalpost going, known as fucking Beerus?
He's stronger than Black Frieza, so it's all good.
He actually says, I think he states to Goku during their training that he's like, oh, well, you know, there's always going to be someone stronger than you. So when you get stronger than me, I'll nominate you as the next God of Destruction. And I'm like, don't say that. Don't give them hope.
Why is he saying that to Goku like Vegeta's not the next God of Destruction?
Dude, he says that literally after Goku just finished losing to Vegeta. Granted, it was barely a loss, but it was still a loss nonetheless.
Never forget
I bet the
that
Forerunners
Dragon
have
Ball
better
fans
Ultra
were like,
Instinct.
Ultra...
They actually do.
How dare you? Maybe if they have better Ultra
Oh, make
Instinct,
no mistake that like Dragon Ball fans made Ultra Instinct sound really good, even though you look at every fighting manga in recent history and they've all got instinctual reaction statements.
Ultra Instinct was the chosen one, Kyle.
Dragon Ball is just late to the party. Yeah, so Gohan powers up, runs across the area, goes right at Goku, and Goku, while he does dodge it, is basically freaking out according to his facial expressions. And his dodges aren't smooth either, so he goes from smoothly dashing to jumping out of the way. So his movements are not getting as nimble anymore. And yeah, no, now he's no longer dodging. He's literally just blocking because he can't dodge anymore.
Was this with Gohan in beast mode or not?
This is Gohan in beast mode, just powering up and actually trying to hit him. And yeah, he's literally, once he powers up enough and he just starts punching, he's able to hit around Goku's shirt until he starts ripping parts of his gi.
Right. What about Orange? What about Orange Piccolo? Has he done anything, or did they just make him orange so he's actually like?
Well, he fought Cell
not
Max.
consistently far behind.
He fought Cell Max.
He did?
At his peak. Yeah, he fought Cell Max at his peak, and they stated directly that during that battle they had already surpassed Goku and Vegeta, and it's referenced in the new chapters. So, in terms of at least the Tournament of Power versions and most of their manga versions outside of like their Ultra Ego forms, they literally beat every single version of Vegeta and Goku. That goalpost is moving. Oh yeah, then Gohan just punches him straight
and at one point, are we gonna get the legendary Master Ultra Ego from Broly?
Nah, bro.
Okay, yes. So he literally says he went past the evasive speed of Ultra Instinct by just, like, he just kept punching around his body until he hit him. He was scraping his face, punched him dead in the circle, the chest, and then kicked him. And Vegeta's like, oh my god, he actually speed blitzed him. And then Gohan's like, there you have it.
I guess the next phase of Ultra Instinct is going to be using Ultra Instinct and Super Saiyan.
What is it?
Learning to use Ultra Instinct so that you,
isn't that like
barriers.
Wouldn't that be an oxymoron? Because you have to be devoid of thought and Super Saiyan, you need to have tapped in the rage.
Yeah, but fuck you.
You're literally asking them to be angry without being angry.
I can do that.
They actually make it clear in the manga that you can't do Super Saiyan and Ultra Instinct at the same time.
No.
Whis tells him like it conflicts with them because of the rage element of Super Saiyan.
Mangler. That's right now. But Goku and
Goku's
gonna fix that. Actually, no, I call bullshit. That's actually not true because Goku doesn't have to be angry to be in Super Saiyan anymore. Remember, he mastered base Super Saiyan.
So, you sensed it in Sage mode.
That's not necessarily accurate. So, the Super Saiyan transformation always has a range. That's always how he's trained with it, regardless of where he mastered. Also, when he was
oh my
training,
god, I forgot his popsicle eyes.
When he was training the hyperbolic time chamber, he actually that mastered form, he literally explains to Gohan Super Saiyan. You have to specifically be angry and emotional.
That's why I love that bridge scene where it's just like, I got angry when Krillin died. Why did you go Super Saiyan?
Everyone is putting their lives on the line.
Do we need Krillin to die again for you?
You must fight yourself. You need to remain patient.
So, is it just a matter of time before, like, Majin Buu gets another transformation?
Yes, probably. Oh, yeah, Goku basically concedes the fight, so after the fight, he's keep going. He's like, alright, that's it. I've seen enough of your strength. It's really awesome. Gohan, you could have only gotten this far. So you did a great job. Earth is now in safe hands, even there.
So man, Ultra Instinct's just a fucking joke.
Well, he also wants him to fight Broly. Keep in mind, Broly has been fighting Goku and Vegeta consistently in all these events. And Broly doesn't use Super Saiyan because he's afraid of taking his body, taking over, because he's not going to control it.
Mangler fix your mind. But I guess it's
So,
kind of like this.
so from what Mangler said, is he implying that Broly, they're training Broly's fucking base form to the point where he can brawl these two now? That's disgusting.
Iruka-sensei. Iruka-sensei.
Sorry, what did you say?
So are you saying that Goku and Vegeta are basically transforming and like fighting Broly in base, training up Broly's fucking base form, so when he does eventually transform, he's going to be so disgustingly more powerful than everyone else on the field?
Yeah. Though, to be fair, that wasn't the intent. The only reason they're fighting his base form is because he refuses to go Super Saiyan. Because he does not want it to take over his body. Vegeta's trying to get him to do it, but Broly doesn't trust himself. So I guess they're like, yeah, we need to have him fight Gohan, because Gohan understands how to control his rage.
He's like a little brother to me. He always has been.
Oh yeah, and then Goten and Trunks proceed to be basically the new comedic relief, because every time they go into fusion, they keep failing it. And then becoming fat Gotenks.
How do they keep failing? They literally had an entire set. They literally had an entire segment in the Boo Saga where they trained to get that shit down pat.
See, the funny thing is, they actually state in this chapter, or the previous chapter, verbatim, or at least something to the effect of, we've kept up with our training. Because they're literally part-time superheroes. They literally still know how to go Super Saiyan, and they go around and fight crime. They still practice on their own. So even if they're not practicing Super Saiyan, they're still practicing their fighting moves. So I don't understand how they consistently fail the fusions, except for just comedic relief purposes.
Well, that would make no sense, because both of them know how to lower and raise their power to match each other. That was literally the entire point of the comedic scene on top of the Watchtower to teach them before going to fight Boo.
Apparently not important.
That's stupid. That's so stupid. That's character regression.
It is.
Do you think that so people are just like, oh, they still exist because they basically became fucking irrelevant?
Well, to be fair, they gave them a really nice like slice of life arc with stuff like the Red Ribbon Army that then tied in itself Max movie, which was great.
Okay,
but the Goten stuff was a punch in the gut. They didn't need to do that. I think the reason Toriyama did that is because he just didn't want Toyotaru to have to draw adult Goten. I think that's the reason.
Let's be very clear here. The next time Gotenks comes back, he's gonna get fucking one shot by Pan.
Well,
Bro, who wouldn't love to see an adult Gotenks or a teenage Gotenks? Like a real one.
I wonder if the next evolution for Ultra Ego will be Vegeta just negates or ignores all forms of damage. No.
What about the plan you had to keep them there?
Still better than Ultra Instinct. Because Vegeta will be like, yeah, you know, hey, I don't need it.
You would seem to have failed.
Who needs to dodge when you can just become the power?
What do we do?
No, I know what I know what the final evolution for Ultra Instinct will be. It'll just be pure intangibility. It will literally just be what. No, it will literally. No. You understand that now it's just like subconscious dodging, but then the true one is that I don't need to dodge.
He's just gonna make himself
Muso Tensei.
Bruh.
Zim hates it, but Zim can see it.
Bruh.
He can see it, but he can see it for the worst possible reason, and that's because he knows Dragon Ball can't produce a proper evasive technique outside of teleportation. So you gotta have an auto win button, and intangibility is really the only way you can do it.
But who will take charge of headquarters?
Passive aggressive Super Saiyan? Hell yeah. Think of the Ultra Ego situation, Ultra Instinct, Ultra Ego situation. That's basically Goku is just a guy spamming Trickster all day long, and he's never getting punished for it until he runs into a guy that's his brain just turns off when the head.
I love how all the Hidden Leaf guys are like, oh, Naruto, that troublemaker, when they all hated his fucking existence, like, not even, like, 6 months ago.
Oh, shucks. Oh, man, I used to know that guy when he was a kid. We were throwing rocks at him for fun.
So Mangler can attest to this, but his backstory is kind of, like, inconsistent when it's shown later in Part 2, because it shows him, like, at the beginning of Part 1, it's showing him being ostracized and no one wants to hang out with him, but then you have flashbacks in Part 2 where he's just boys with everyone.
Yeah, so there is I think there's even parts, like later parts of Part 1, but it's primarily Part 2 flashbacks where he's hanging out with child versions of Choji, child versions of Shikamaru,
and Kiba.
Kiba.
I like to believe they did.
And wasn't it also Shino as well, or am I misremembering?
Yeah, I think either Shino or it wasn't.
Wasn't it basically just all the female students who didn't like him? But all the boys were pretty much fine with him.
I mean, granted, you could probably say that like they're just kids, they're just hanging out together, and they particularly have super good friends. Kids at that age can easily make friends with some.
Right, what's up with, before you continue, Mango, what's up with your mic? Your mic is just like decided to kill itself.
I don't understand what you're talking about. Let me check.
I've seen that people ask if George knows the Airspire 2s, and to me that's hilarious.
We gotta come back alive.
Yeah.
Of course we do. So what do we do now?
Ninetales chakra mode can sense hatred.
I see. If we go to where that hatred is strongest...
That should be where the battle is.
All right.
Yeah, it might be a thunderstorm.
I'm down with it. I'll follow you all the way, and I won't quit.
Is it better now?
It's better for now.
Yeah, anyway, back to the Ultra Ego, Ultra Instinct version. Goku is basically a trickster main that spent his entire life running away from his problems until he runs into a person that's like fast enough to actually catch him, and his brain just turns off. Whereas Vegeta is the guy that just practices Royal Guard all day long and never stops training, even when he loses. So he actually gets rewarded for his consistent effort.
That's kind of like the shit thing about Dragon Ball is that like very basic hacks that you could find in most other series are super impressive because no powers were ever developed for the series outside like energy manipulation.
Honestly, Ultra Ego should have been given to Vegeta like way earlier on in the series. Like, that would have been so satisfying. Granted, it was amazingly satisfying. It was one of the best parts of, like, his character when he got Ultra Ego. Fuck me, it took way too long for him to get that. My goodness.
Let's be very serious here. The only reason why they're starting to get new powers now is because I think they realize as the series progressed, you can only rename Energy Blast so many times before it's just a different color Energy Blast. This means fucking nothing.
They just probably wanted, yeah. I've seen people ask if George knows the other Spartan 2s, and to me that's hilarious. That's when you know their brains aren't working. Of course, of course a guy who trained with all the other Spartans would know about them. That makes sense. Literally all the other Spartan 2s know every Spartan 2 knows all the other Spartan 2s by name and by their number. Why would they assume that?
Of course, the guy who trained with the other Spartans wouldn't know about them. That makes sense totally.
Yep. You heard it here, folks. How many flashbacks are in this fucking game?
Yes.
Man, if only this could scratch a fraction of the amount of flashbacks in the actual Naruto anime. Kyle knows what I'm talking about. He knows my pain.
You should have seen how much fucking... You should have seen how much, like, footage I cut when I was, like, making this manga accurate just to fuck off all the fucking, like, flashbacks.
I was gonna say how
I
much...
thought it was an anime exclusive thing, but no, the flashbacks are in the manga too, and I'm just like, yeah, fuck you, no. Fuck your
You
flashback.
had to make it even better than the manga.
It flows so much better.
Like, I think a flashback here and there would have been fine, but my god, after the entirety of part 1, too many flashbacks, I was like, this is just too much.
No, it got egregious during the war. There's entire episodes where, like, half to 70% of the episode is fucking flashbacks.
Yes, thank you for the recap. Like, honestly, they would have just been better off doing what most animes do, where they just, like, recap at the beginning of the episode and then just fuck off.
Well, what it did was basically the equivalent of what fucking One Piece does, where it, like, replays half the previous episode before they start the new episode. Zim knows what I'm talking about.
I've seen that in the older One Piece episodes. I mean, sometimes it gets a little annoying, but I can at least say with appreciation that, like, 90% of the content in the One Piece episode is original. And it's not a recap.
That is not true. There are some episodes where I've cut, and it's like 7 minutes of an actual different episode, and the rest is fucking showing us what happened last time.
So, at least from where I am, which I haven't obviously watched all the anime, Skype.
I think the only series... I think the only series that I've edited so far that's been really, really good with not doing the flashbacks as badly is fucking Bleach.
Bleach does them here and there. I think most predominantly... Well, it doesn't really do them at all.
The fake Katakura Town and basically recapping when they go back to Ukiura versus Ichigo.
Yeah, I think they do very few, if any, in the Soul Society. Almost none.
I think they do like 4 or 5, maybe.
They do a couple in the Waco Mundo arc, but they only really happen when they go to Legends, because they start drawing contrast. Because they do a few of them when they're thinking about Odahime getting captured and comparing their situation to Luffy. But that's about it. And they don't really do any in the Fullbringer arc, and I don't think they've done that many in Thousand Year Blood. Well, actually, the flashbacks that they do in the Thousand Year Blood will require new information, because they flash back to a period we've never seen before. So that's not, like, the same as a flashback that you typically see, which is information you can get.
It's basically hitting you over the head. Do you remember this? Do you remember this?
Official of the Ninja Alliance forces.
Thank you.
The Alliance
The,
has
the problem is that, like,
to stop you.
there are parts of Naruto that are so informationally dense
Because I'm the Hokage.
that Kishimoto has no fucking confidence you remember this.
I get it, Grandma. In your
It's like,
position,
man, bro.
It's just
you're
like,
not-
Kishimoto, you underestimate me. I have read Hunter x Hunter. I have read entire pages that are nothing but text.
Bro, like, if he was worried about that, he should have just produced more guidebooks.
No ninja in the world is faster than me.
Or, like, better guides. Like,
Hokage passed away.
honestly.
You knew my dad?
Yes, I fought him many times. He convinced me.
Like, it's one thing to ask, how does a Spartan 2 know what the other Spartan 2s are doing? Yeah, that's a little bit more reasonable than asking, like, do they know the other Spartan 2s? That's like saying, does a Marine know how to clean his rifle? Like, I mean, do you know how to breathe?
You're even foolish enough to speak based on uncertain possibilities.
Is that even a question?
Shouldn't say you knew my dad. With a strong cry. You were born. And that day, Minato also cried.
You shouldn't say you knew my dad.
Even
Because he
though
beat your ass like a drum.
you
He
said
cried, I'm a father now, and then he died.
literally like 2 seconds later.
He pushed away Madara and the ninjas from the village, using all his strength.
You know, the Raikage missed a golden opportunity to tell him his dad was a horrible man. He was only a dad for like 5 seconds.
Upheaval and the catastrophes that would come with it.
I will say the first time
was
Ultra
like-
Instinct was revealed though in Dragon Ball, it was pretty
The only
cool.
one who could stop them was his child.
Yeah.
Okay, so how much of that was a cool power and how much was that was carried heavily by the fucking animation and how beautiful it is?
Naruto.
Yes.
Animation did look nice.
Believing
Like, let's be very clear here, it's kind of the reason why,
in you.
and I've said this is in why Demon Slayer is as popular as it is. Because it's true as shit, not the fucking manga. If it didn't look the way it did, no way it would be as popular as it is.
You know, I'm surprised he didn't have a moment. What Kishimoto really should have done here is that he should have had a moment comparing the Raikage at some point in his relationship to his father, the third Raikage. It's like, oh, you know, I know what it's like to have your father
As I say, Zack
leave
knows
for
the
greater
Raikage,
good.
The answer is yes. Yeah.
Can't go.
Oh man, B.
Being Jinchuriki, your lives are not just your own. You're the power balance of the country, the strength of the villages. You're special to them. You can't just do.
So did you guys see the Kuma Trial teaser? I heard Street Fighter. So
Maybe so, but my spirit that won't ever give up on my individuality, son. If I lose that, I'm
yeah, the power balance of the villages. Bro, you're not gonna have a village if he doesn't get out there.
He's really blowing his top. Right now, there's no way he'll listen to reason.
We gotta stop my bro. Eight Tails, give me strength.
And this is the part where he basically breaks his brother's heart because he basically shows him that, like, even without using the 8 tails, he's just as strong and just as fast as he is.
8 tails, lend me some strength, bro. This is base
Like,
Raikage we're fighting.
really, the Raikage's, like, claim the fame. B just doesn't show off his true strength without using the 8 tails because he doesn't want to, like, disappoint his brother.
Keep standing here arguing pointlessly, but I won't let you go free. I'll stop you with my power. You can't stop us with power because
Akuma looks so dope in the teaser, especially the white hair. Shows up how much powerful he's gotten. He's gotten old.
The dude's gotten old, and I am not buying Street Fighter just for fucking one character.
Sure you are.
Fuck that.
Sure you are. You need to become friends with him on your cell phone so that way he can send you memes.
Or you could just counterpoint. You could just make Akuma in Tekken 8. Quite possibly. I think at this point I could make most of the cast of Street Fighter 6 in Tekken 8. So if I wanted to play Street Fighter 6, I would just play Tekken 8. Is he rapping while he's fighting?
Words are treasures to me. They're the reason I can be strong.
Kyle, how about you fucking grab him?
That's when almost fails. Do the grab.
Hey, let me tell you an LCR work. Check it out. Good grab, Kyle. You think if Jiren comes back, he's just gonna one-shot the entire crew?
No. Well, the first thing he's gonna do is gonna give some speech about how he's become a real hero, and then he's gonna transform into his Ultra Jiren state, which is gonna have no explanation for how he got it, and it's just gonna be bulkier Jiren, and then he's gonna proceed to sweep the cast. I'll be like, we need our strongest forms, Vegeta. Where's the Potara?
Vegeta, where's the Potara?
We need to transform into our new state. Oh wait, this isn't enough. Well, we can't even go Super Saiyan Blue. I know. We'll just use Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego at the same time.
As long as there are important things inside of me.
And then when that doesn't work because of some inevitable bullshit, they'll then ask all the Z-Fighters, including Gohan Beast, to basically convert all of their power into a Spirit Bomb. So that they can throw it at Jiren just to fail again.
So are you ready for when Ultra Instinct just becomes a commonplace power that everyone has?
Listen. No. But I am ready for an ability similar to Ultra Instinct, or rather, I am ready for a variant of Ultra abilities to become present. I have a feeling Ultra Ego and Ultra Instinct are not the only techniques. I bet you we're going to find out there were like 10 of them, and every one of the Z Fighters is going to get their own version of it. And they're all going to be more broken than the last one.
Just having those words
Which, honestly, that would probably be a really cool way of, like, giving some, like, value to the cast.
And you know what? We're gonna get Ultra Frieza, and it's just gonna be his version of Cooler's final transformation.
He's just gonna steal the bro's technique.
What, you mean the fact that, like, Cooler's final transformation is actually just a cooler, like, version of what Frieza does?
Yeah. Also, you think your Power Rangers is pretty solid. I like the designs.
Yeah, his name just becomes the coolest.
So how long until Cooler becomes an actual, like, canon character, and we find out all along that he can match Frieza blow for blow, and he hasn't even transformed?
I guess the moment Toyotaro truly decides that he just does not give a fuck about the consistency of the series.
No, you know what he does? He fucking he backhands Goku and Vegeta, and he says, "You might be powerful, but I'm superhuman."
I am massively superhuman.
Your father and mother, Minato and Kushi. But you know they died moments after you were born.
When I got the power of this Ninetales, my dad let me meet my mom.
Now Gohan Beast is beating up Broly.
Oh no! Oh no! Akira Toriyama's final act would have fucking put Gohan back on top. Oh no!
And now Broly goes berserk. He's gaining control.
He did something like that for his son.
And apparently, he is powerful enough in Super Saiyan to fight Gohan Beast.
So, like, at what point are they just going to decide, like, yeah, we're just going to redo the entirety of GT, but make it good?
I mean...
That's probably what's going to happen next.
that the one to stop him would be me.
I hate to be that fucking guy.
No, you don't.
GT was already good to begin with.
No, it wasn't. It had
Yeah, yes,
It had
it
two
was.
good arcs. It had the baby
Oh.
arc, and it had the dragon's arc.
Listen,
The rest of the arcs were fucking dog shit.
Listen. The problem with GT was the Black Star Dragon Ball arc, which is just the first arc. That was its biggest problem.
You mean
Bro,
just
the Super Android arc fucking sucked.
no? The Super Android arc was fine. The
That
people,
sucked. It was so
people had
fucking
a
boring.
problem with it was just because of the fucking like thing. It actually had a lot of interesting interactions. Like Frieza comes back and he's like, "I'm gonna invade everybody," and then Gohan just punches him into a fucking like cloud. Nappa comes back and Vegeta's like, "Hey, I get out of here, but I have to kill you again." Then proceeds to kill him again, and it's littered with like moments like that. Android 17 finally decides to actually have something in his character other than just being a fucking park ranger.
It's what Minato believed. Then I'll bet on Naruto.
I will too, fool.
God forbid being a park ranger's your character. Damn.
Well, I just mean like
God forbid it's character. It's a character arc where you get married and you stay to have children that we're not going to show, and you have an actual job.
I'm just saying he has no screen time at all. We see him like one time in the anime. I don't even think he shows up in the manga. Like he shows up in the anime for the Spirit Bomb just to hold two guys at gunpoint so they can raise their hands for the Spirit Bomb. That's all he does, and then fucks off.
Would you not?
I mean, yeah, but I'm saying like he has one scene, and then GT was like, "Hey, why don't we actually give him like some fucking character screen time and give him one of the better designs out of most of the villains, also with an actual fucking power that works?" Because Jiro realized.
Are you talking about where they just? Are you talking about his fucking design where they're just like, hey, what if Android 17 had the face of Super Saiyan 3? When he becomes Super 17? Fuck that. That was awful.
Dude, his design.
That and Blue Jiro, get the hell out of here.
No, it looked great. Fuck
no,
you.
the fuck it wasn't.
His powers were cool.
His powers were cool.
The energy field that when people use in Xenoverse would cover half the field, but when you use it, it fucking missed.
Well, that's because you're trash.
Fuck that move.
I was mainly referring to just what it does, but I mean, if we want to use Dragon Ball games, I mean, Tenkaichi over here, Super 17, fucking S tier character that just grabs people, takes their health, takes their energy, takes everything. If you
want to talk about Tenkaichi characters, no one's beating my Devilman and my Devi Beam.
To be fair, literally everybody that isn't a villain is beating Devilman.
Bruh, get out of here, you can be full health, and if my Devil Might Beam hits you, you're dead, bro.
Well, okay, so do you know how the Devil Might Beam is programmed in Tenkaichi 3?
I've only played like the original, and I think like a little bit too.
And he's only in Tenkaichi 3.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. So the way it works is that he's only designed his attacks, specifically the Devil Might Beam, only does damage to villains. So if you fire it at anyone that isn't considered a villain or like ethically questionable, it will do 0% damage.
So what? To everyone who's not fucking Gohan or Goku?
Or like most of the Z fighters. I think there are some characters that actually have different levels of ethics.
Dude,
that will take different
if that's
damage.
the gameplay mechanic, I'm gonna tell the developers right here, get the fuck out of here. Like, the only other person you could argue, like, maybe Krillin, but TN has done some shady shit, so has Yamcha. Yamcha was a literal bandit before Goku came along.
Wasn't that like fucking 20 years ago, though?
He was a bandit and a murderer!
Now I understand a little bit of the reason.
I mean, what about, like, Piccolo, though?
Oh, Piccolo is absolutely fair game for the Devil Might Beam. The dude is literally not above killing people or doing shady shit.
Or usually for the sake of the Earth, though, like
Not
we're not
before
talking
the
OG
not before the
Dragon.
Saiyan arc. Before the Saiyans attack, he was 100% willing to
Yeah,
kill
but
people just for
that
his
was
own
like
petty grievances.
that was like when, like by the end of Z, that's like what 15, 20 years ago, and his entire track record has since then has been saving humanity in the universe.
From that
Like,
example,
yeah.
no, from that example, the Devil May Beam shouldn't even work on fucking Margin Vegeta.
No, it absolutely would work on Vajra Vegeta.
Yeah, but he did that. Yeah, but he did that like what? Yeah, but he did that what, like 5 years ago? Yeah,
No. You're talking about when he becomes Majin Vegeta. He specifically did that just because he wanted to gain power. Whereas, like, they make it explicitly clear that Vegeta, by the end of the Buu Saga, has already redeemed himself by trying to save the universe. So there's a scale of ethics that's being weighed there.
I literally can't say that the person who's literally done like planet genocide just for fun.
Okay, so are we just gonna ignore the sheer calculus of lives that are included in the universe
Piccolo's
versus
never
like
killed anyone
fucking
before
planet?
Raditz? That's a lie. I'm pretty sure Piccolo killed a fuck ton of people before Raditz.
Yes, he does.
Welcome back.
Never forget that Vegeta never actually lost the fight to Goku. He's just really petty about the one time he got jumped.
They should be able to turn things around.
No, if you actually like measure up all the times Goku and Vegeta have fought, they've tied. He's never lost.
I mean, let's be reasonable here. Have they only really fought like 2 times?
And he won. He won one of those times. Even if it was a sucker punch, he won.
No, fuck that. Let's be perfectly fucking clear here. Vegeta won the first 1v1 on Earth. Going grade ape is fair game.
Well, I would actually take it a step further. He was beating Goku's ass even with the Kaioken technique that he needed to multiply his power. Goku literally had to break the rules of the technique to beat Vegeta, and even then it wasn't working. He had to challenge him to a beat clash and then break it even further. And Vegeta was like, "What is this bullshit?" And that still didn't beat him.
Well, don't my
Are you
No.
are you ready for that Yachirobe scaling because he cut off Vegeta's tail?
Bruh.
Oh yeah.
Vegeta literally just got third-partied in that fight.
Let's all jump in, boys.
But let's be very clear here. This is from somebody who not only got jumped, he got hit with the spirit bomb and lived, which makes a very good point that like the abridged brought up when they were doing the Boo shorts, which is like, are you sure this is gonna kill Boo? Because it didn't kill me. It didn't kill Frieza. It didn't kill Cell.
It only seems to the Spirit Bomb is going to be the worst purification style ability I've ever seen because it only purifies you if it's actually strong enough to kill you. Otherwise, it just provides a mild inconvenience.
Make no mistake. Like the Spirit Bomb still wouldn't have killed Boo because the only reason why Goku even won is because he basically got healed up back to full health and having full energy again, and after having everyone on Earth and in the afterlife dumping all of their power into the bomb.
So the bomb's energy would have been capable of killing Boo, but the problem is that he didn't have the energy to actually throw it at him. So yeah, he
threw it at him. Boo just caught the fucking thing and started to lift and run with it.
Yes, because he didn't have any energy after that, and he's like, "Guys, I can't hold it." And I'm like, "Oh, we got all your power back. Oh, great, now die."
Yes, and when Goku gained his power back, he put more power into it to push it into Boo.
No, so all he didn't put in more power to the bomb. He just increased the shockwave and just pushed it towards Boo. So he's telekinetically holding the ball and he's just shooting at him.
Which is odd because he decided to also use it against Jiren. and he's just like Jiren shouts it away. It's like, what were you expecting it to do?
I don't remember how it went against Jiren, but I know Jiren didn't die. So what
Jiren doesn't even get hit by it. Jiren literally keeps his arms crossed and just yells at it, and it goes away.
To be fair, that's because he's not a bad guy. No.
It literally does like a Looney Tunes 180 and flies backwards.
That's because it wasn't supposed to fucking work on him. It doesn't work on It doesn't work on good people or bad people. It doesn't work on anybody.
It just energy for no reason, and he has to stand there forever to use it.
To be fair, it deals more damage than the Kamehameha.
No. The only time it ever works, and it's only whenever he uses it in the movies, when he decides to do the smart thing and absorb it into his body.
Also, Sam, those armors are drawings that are based on Digimon from Frontier, although I did some changes for them here and there for extra spice. I see.
If I'm not mistaken, I think he only ever used it in the movies one time that way. So even movie Goku is going to use it.
We all know Nagato would stomp out Itachi, bro. 10 out of 10.
So, everyone's still fighting all over
No,
the place.
literally wouldn't. Get the fuck out of here.
Almighty push.
That's right.
And I'll join the insanity.
I will say that in regards to the Nagato versus Itachi, I'd like to point out that technically Itachi, when he does stab him, stabs him through a fucking smoke cloud after his almighty push, or after his planetary devastation has been blown up, and when he's not in control of his body. I would like to point that out. That is important context. That being said, Nagato is also a sensory unit, so he doesn't really have any business being stabbed through a smoke cloud.
If you're a sensory... No, sensory ninjas can literally, like, sense you through fucking anything. There's literally no excuse, even with the cloud. You should have known it was coming.
To play the excuse that Nagato's not in control of his body. Delmite Beam would not work on
which is actually worse, because he has no reason to hesitate, because he's working off pure battle instinct at that point.
There is technically a good argument for why it wouldn't work, and that's because the Yada sword, the fucking Totsuka blade is not a chakra-based weapon. It's a spirit weapon. So he wouldn't be able to sense it. Technically. In fact, it might be the only weapon on the battlefield he's incapable of sensing. When he's also in a state where he doesn't control his body. So there technically is an argument to be made. A very strong argument, I would say, that Nagato would not be able to detect the blade.
I love how Nagato ultimately did nothing wrong, and yet he's trapped being drunk forever in the Totsuka Blade's fucking bong, basically.
He died for the good of...
There is literally... It's literally not as bad of a death as you think it is. There are actually worse deaths.
Nagato's just
Aren't you trapped in a nightmare realm, though?
No, I think you're just drunk forever. You're just stuck in a, like...
No, you're just stuck in a stupor where you basically can't concentrate.
This feeling reminds me of the old days.
Will Devil Might Beam stop DMC verse? No, because the Devil Might Beam just affects morality, and according to most of the scans for, like, even the basic gods, most of the gods exist outside the concept of good and evil.
Well,
so,
like, that doesn't
Devil
even...
It wouldn't even affect them.
Well, that doesn't even matter, because, like, one, it also kind of works if you consider yourself evil, which characters in Dragon Ball do morally, like, see themselves either good or evil. And also in Devil May Cry, demons are not seen as evil, as weird as it is, because they're technically just working off what nature, like,
working off of their survival instincts.
It's like saying, is the spider evil for eating the fly? No, it's just doing what it does.
Yeah, like, they devour despair, they cause, like, fear, they cause pain, and they cause suffering, but that's because that's natural to their way of life, because they live in a survival of the fittest, where they must fight in order to survive. You could maybe make the argument that, like, Mundus is probably evil, based on some of his really petty, petulant decisions. But I would just argue, like, basic demons and the gods in DMZ would not be affected by any sort of morality manipulation. So Mundus would just see the Devil Might Beam and be like, ah, that's cute. That's adorable. Actually, how does the Devil May Beam work in the original, like, Dragon Ball series? I'm only familiar with
Same thing.
variations
It reads your morality. If you're shown to be bad of heart, it'll kill you on contact. And if you're a good person, it just won't do anything to you. Like, because Goku gets hit by it and it literally does nothing, and Devilman literally like cracks the shits. He's just like, you've done nothing evil. And it's just like, no, Goku's killed a shitload of people. We just came from the Red Ribbon arc. He just doesn't see himself as evil. Or considers anything he's done to be bad.
So, this is kind of where I have to say, like, killing people in a vacuum isn't necessarily evil. It depends on the context in which you're doing it. Like, unless we're operating under the Buddhist interpretation of, like, all fucking life is sacred, generally speaking, there are good and bad reasons for choosing to do certain actions. So, if he killed an army that's basically trying to take over the world by militaristic force, I think taking out their soldiers in a military conflict is considered morally ethical. So that probably explains why the Devil May Beam wouldn't work on him. Just a thought, though. I could be completely wrong, because it's been a long time since I've seen the original Dragon. Wait, actually, hang on. That doesn't answer the important part. Does it blow up their body?
In the Flash... So, in the Flash thing, when Devilman's explaining it, it does. When it touches Goku, it just fizzles out.
Actually, if that were true, I don't even think, even if it could hit a demon, I don't even think it would be able to kill them, because they could just make another body.
Well, no, like, even if it could kill them, it would only kill them physically, which is not good enough.
Even though my beam does work on Virgil, he'd be too quick to be hit by it. I don't even think it would work on him at all.
He wants to take revenge on the village that caused his brother to suffer.
Like, to be entirely honest, like, it wouldn't even work on Arkham, because Arkham doesn't see himself as evil.
Wait,
he sees demon powers as a means to an end.
Are you telling me that the Devil May Beam requires your understanding of morality, and not like...
Yes,
like it requires the target's understanding?
So basically, how it works is you have to be pure of heart to not be killed by it. And that kind of comes down to what you believe is pure of heart. Because it kind of works off what you believe as well. It's not just what's in a vacuum. Because even
That's
Krillin...
a bit of a slippery slope.
Because Krillin is... Because even Krillin doesn't want to get hit by it because he's kind of like Roshi, a little bit of a pervert. Even though in a vacuum, Roshi's not a bad person, but because he likes doing perverted things, he would be in the firing line under his own, like, definition, because he knows that's not good.
Something just tells me that the Buddhist monk is not consistent with his training.
What if Sasuke were to attack the Hidden Leaf Village? What would you do then?
He's not become the wholesome one under heaven and earth.
I have shared some of my power with you.
Morality techniques are always so fucking ridiculous because they're always so, like...
They're literally loaded.
They're super dependent on the person that they're used by. And used on.
They need to be strictly defined too, because morality is usually a pretty broad spectrum. So...
What was that all about, anyway?
Relax. I have control of myself now. I used a new genjutsu on the enemy's jutsu.
We can go by later, Pimp Demon.
Wait.
This one was a pretty sick fight in the anime.
If that snapped him... If that fucking snapped out of his reanimation...
So what the crow does is the crow has Shisui's eye, and what it was meant to do was when Sasuke has his new Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, it was supposed to come out when next time Naruto was going to fight Sasuke and rewrite his mind to protect the Hidden Leaf instead of trying to like destroy it or go against it.
Damn.
Why'd you put the crow inside of me?
So what the crow has is not a normal Sharingan. It has Shisui's other eye, which basically like full like rewriting of morality and fucking like memories and shit.
You heard it correctly. Brother of the Year over here is about to body control and mind control his abused victim brother into defending a system village that is responsible for killing his entire family.
To be fair,
I'm sure that's going to turn out wonderfully.
To be fair, in Fist of the North Star, Burst fights to the death, so I think this is actually a little more tame.
Okay, I think your standards are just too high.
Bangler, they care about each other. They just also happen to kill each other in a fight because they have to prove who's better.
You did more than enough for the village already.
Honestly, if he had just made the command a little bit better, I think I would have been fine with it. Like, maybe, like, don't destroy the Leaf Village was the command. Seek knowledge. Be a better person. Don't destroy the Leaf Village.
Bangler, please don't bring it up, especially now with the allegations against Gandhi that came out with him sleeping with married women and test his own loyalty. Yeah. Although, to be
No, I was just
was it Gandhi or another like spiritual figure where it was just like sleeping with people just above like the age of 12 and it was like fine.
No, so oh fuck. Oh no. Pain has power.
I'm sorry.
To let you know that he's absorbing that from the wrong person. He got his power from Naruto in the actual fight.
He's back to full power.
Holy shit, he can move.
Yeah, this is not what happens in the original manga or the anime.
It's actually a pretty sick fight.
Well, so I think what happens is that B splits up, tries to fight Nagato, and he punches him with like a lariat in the cloaked mode and sends him flying into the forest, and then Nagato just absorbs the cloak right off his body and then gets his color back.
He absorbs a good deal. He absorbs a good deal of it, but then he gets the rest of it from Naruto when he like touches him, and then Naruto, like a dumbass, is just like, "Oh yeah, you can absorb chakra. That's not good. I probably shouldn't touch you."
It'll take both of you to hold me back. Confirmed.
Well, he tries to rip out their souls too.
So regarding Gandhi,
Oh no, he does rip out Naruto's soul. Naruto just said, "No, it's fucking mine. Give that back."
No, so regarding
Doesn't Itachi's able?
Regarding Gandhi would sleep in the same bed with naked young women, allegedly to test his vow of chastity.
Your Honor.
Get confused.
Nagato. Now for the seal.
Anytime someone starts the sentence with "Your Honor," I'm like, man, this is gonna be just fucking great. Not gonna be a waste of my time, totally.
I think Penn and Teller actually talked about it.
Look, Gandhi, that's still pretty bad. I went on a hunger strike. Give me a break.
I want a hunger strike, but I needed that pussy.
It seems he was very hungry in more than one way.
Anything left to say?
Naruto, I'm going back to my master. I'll watch your story unfold from there.
Mine, not yours. We had him first.
Naruto, I'm going back to my master. I'll watch your story unfold from there. No, you're not. That's not how the Totsuka Blade works. Sorry.
Yeah, Itachi doesn't want to tell him that.
That's a literal lie.
Yeah, but I think that's the reason they don't correct him. They're just like, yeah, I understand. And then he gets there and he's like, oh no.
Well, maybe it's possible with the Rinnegan he can do something to just leave the Totsuka Blade. But I don't know. Rinnegan's got weird powers.
No, because once Itachi goes, I don't know where Soul's going Naruto because they never talk about an afterlife. His soul just goes with Itachi's Susanoo, so he's got like 2 levels of like not coming back.
I'll put a stop to this war on my own.
Dude, imagine your body being in a completely different location and different dimension, and your soul is trapped in like some fucking drunk nightmare realm. Can't do anything with it.
Well, to be fair, he can talk to I guess one version of Orochimaru in a drunken stupor because he's there too.
I mean, he does know Orochimaru, so maybe they can actually chat a little bit.
Yeah, remember you wanted to kill me as a child, but Jiraiya stopped you.
Well, hang on. This also assumes that they're also like lucid, kept inside of hallucinations or anything.
To acknowledge others, long to be accepted by them, and did all you could to achieve that. You said you got this far thanks
Yes, Itachi, thank you for reminding us of the events of Part 500 fucking time.
You've forgotten about the others.
I'm glad I didn't watch Naruto, but thank you for reminding me. Super Saiyan 2 Gohan versus Deborah? I'm pretty sure it's established that Super Saiyan 2 Gohan crushed him.
If you do, you're guaranteed to fail.
Yeah, like Piccolo could throw hands with Deborah, and Vegeta was like legitimately angry at Gohan, where it's just like you couldn't throw hands with Deborah. That's fucking disgusting. And there are multiple statements of like Deborah being just as strong as Cell.
Yeah.
Simply becoming Hokage won't make everyone accept you.
Which gets into a really weird spot if you try and do like demon backscaling, because technically Demigod does exist as the original Demon King.
I told him I'd always have your
No. I'll just say that because I haven't watched Heroes.
Oh, you don't need to. No. Just play fucking Xenoverse.
I know you've got what it takes to.
Yeah, but doesn't Heroes actually have Demigod?
I'm pretty sure it does, but so does Xenoverse, because I'm pretty sure it's Xenoverse or it's online where Demigod first comes into it, because that's where Mira and Toa came from.
It is.
Zim, I think Kel's referring to the Dalai Lama, that guy who was caught on camera doing heinous things to a boy.
I've got something to take care of. I'm afraid we'll have to go our separate ways
here. Look, I was gonna say, man, do not trust yourself in a room with a religious leader of any kind. It's probably not gonna end well for you.
Guys, when I said Buddhism as an example of Krillin, I just meant the idea that he's supposed to be living a wholesome lifestyle, in reference to the fact that he would be affected by the Devil Beam. And the fact that he's getting affected by it is indicative of him not being completely wholesome. That was it. I was not making a statement towards Buddhism as a whole.
Dalai Lama is not from Buddhism, it's Hinduism, I think.
Hindu, Buddhism, whatever religion.
I'm the fourth Kazekage. The fourth, huh?
One of those made up. Ooh, crap.
Alright, third Raikage, are you ready to carry for the rest of these 4 losers? Or these 3 losers?
And I've heard about you guys, your legendary heroic deeds and special abilities. The second Tsuchikage, Mu, able to use the nature.
Wait, hold up. Based on the third Raikage's statement, is it possible for other people to produce gold dust without the Meg?
Not sure.
Because he says you're the only one who can use the Meg
to make gold dust. It's like a beach.
Each one of you is a great and powerful ninja with a place in history.
The second, third, and even the fourth are here.
Oh, now look at this party: a mummy, an ex-WWE wrestler, a casino owner, and the best father in the series.
You were all summoned here against your will.
Yeah, you know.
So that's what this is all about.
It's the Naruto All Stars collection over here.
Dirty jutsu of his. I've been searching for the second Hokage, but I cannot sense his presence here. I do sense something a bit ahead.
Ultimate Gohan versus Deborah?
It's the same chakra as this newcomer, together with a large group.
Why would they be searching for the second Hokage?
Because I think
What
he's
in the world?
That could only mean
best father in the series.
But the second Hokage did.
There's no need to risk breaking your back out here.
Who do you think got me out here?
Ultimate Gohan would stomp Deborah. Deborah sounded like a fraud, not gonna lie. Deborah was not really a fraud. He just had bad screen time. And he suffered the Wharf effect. Probably worse than most of the Dragon Balls. Because he shows up as, like, the king of demons, and he's supposed to be impressive. And his main fight is fighting against Gohan, who's rusty, and even though he technically claims he can beat Gohan, Gohan still gives him the hands while he's rusty. Which is worse than Deborah. Because he's losing to a guy that's not even necessarily good at fighting.
Seems you've lived to a ripe old age, Onoki. Thanks to the particle style, is it?
And then all of his signature abilities and his evil abilities, his petrification abilities, which are actually good hits, great by Dragon Ball standards, he never uses. Except on characters who don't matter. Like Krillin.
He's no longer with me. I'm not the Jinchuriki you once created, Father.
What?
You almost killed me 6 times, and I feared and hated you every time you tried. But I feel no hatred toward you now. I understand what you were trying to do. Now that I'm Kazekage, it's my duty as a
Sorry, Dad, but I've experienced what's known as character development.
and protect my village.
Sorry, Dad. I am still sore about the fact that you like let my uncle, you know, try and kill me. So
I knew never had what it took.
I'm gonna kill you.
I'm literally just so good as a ninja that the village just had to accept me as Kazekage.
Yeah, I just speedran Naruto's entire life goal. Don't mind me.
And then I proceeded to speedrun every single ninja in the history of, like, the nation-state's goal by becoming the commander of the allied nations. And I've still got more growing to go. I'm only like 16 years old. So I've not only outclassed the main character's resume, I've outclassed your resume. And I wasn't even trying to do it. I just did it because I could.
Your existence was of no value to me. Maybe this reanimation jutsu has some merit to it after all.
Again, this is what I like about the series, how the village has its own lore inside. Kishimoto could have easily tried to explore them instead of going on. Yeah. What were you saying, though?
No, I was gonna really say when you got it. Ultimate Gohan would stop Deborah.
Oh. I think Kishimoto had some good ideas with some of the other nations, but he just kind of wanted to paint some of them with a bit of a broad brush. Like, the Hidden Mist Village, I feel, was kind of doomed not to be expanded properly the moment he established they were the Blood Mist Village. That kind of fucked them over in the long run. Especially with the Land of Waves arc. I think the Land of Waves arc made it really, really bad from the get-go. That Kishimoto was like, yeah, I'm just gonna make it clear right now, full disclosure, I'm not expanding the Blood Mist Village in a peaceful way. Or I'm not expanding the Mist Village in a peaceful way. First chapter, we present the Mist Village. Yeah, you're gonna learn that the Mist Village members, to become Jonin, they have to kill every single member of their class to graduate.
Yeah, then it's just like everyone's just like, oh, the Leaf was so much better. It's just like, no, the Leaf used child soldiers for the most part when it came to the wars.
To be fair, everybody used child soldiers. I feel like that's not too bad. I'm just saying, when they were expanding, the first time a new nation or a village gets brought up, aside from the Hidden Leaf Village, Kishimoto's like, yeah, I'm just gonna explain exactly why we're not gonna be expanding these.
Actually, depending on how, because I saw this on Viz, there's a novel for the Land of Waterfalls. I don't remember if that's a movie or if that's a filler arc, but if that actually like ties in, the novel might actually make that like canon.
I don't think there is a movie or a filler arc for the Land of Waterfalls. However, there is a filler arc for the seventh Jinchuriki, who is from the Land of Waterfalls.
No, because I remember there was a specific. I can't remember if it was a movie during the original stint, or if it was a filler arc.
You're correct. There's an original. So okay. There's 2 arcs. So there's an original arc in part 1 about the land of the waterfalls. There's a second arc in part 2 that's from the tuning exams that takes place in the Sand Village, and you get to see Fu, who is the Seven Tails Jinchuriki, who is from the land of the waterfalls. So yeah, that novelization probably just covers some of the stuff from part 1. All right. At what point am I allowed to say that the?
Because I found out very recently that there's fucking the 2 fairy tale movies are fucking canon, and I realized when I realized that, I'm like, oh, that changes the scaling quite a bit as well.
Yes. At what point am I allowed to say that Gaara's father is a gold digger?
You can say that anytime.
Okay. I thought that'd be too much on the nose.
I get like letting go of your hatred's like the theme of the story, but you know, I think Gaara should give his dad a few more stronger words. You know, maybe kick his ass a little harder.
Well,
To be fair,
in the manga and in the anime, they have like a giant philosophical argument with each other throughout the entire fight. Because he's literally like trying to goad his son, and he's just like, "Oh, you're nothing without the One Tails," and he's just like, "Huh?" Because I was taking out the bins when this was all playing out, but I don't know if he said lines like, "With the amount of sand coming, he thought that Gaara released the One Tail."
Yeah, he didn't realize he didn't have Shukaku, and the Gaara's like, "Yeah, Dad, I'm no longer the disappointment that you claimed I was. I'm actually a better ninja than you, or pretty much any Kazekage in the history of our village except for the 3rd Kazekage. But even then, I have a better career than he does. At 16 years old,
Yeah,
and I'll probably surpass him by the time I'm an adult."
Make no mistake, the reason Gaara turned out the way he was in part 1 was entirely his father's fault, because his father would literally send assassins after him to try and make him stronger and harden his heart.
I think
even to the point where he sent his uncle, and his uncle genuinely loved him.
Oh yeah, no, it's literally revealed later on. I think in part 2 specifically, we actually get flashbacks to about this, that his uncle hated his father for having, when he goes to kill Gaara, his father ordered him to lie to Gaara that he basically wanted to kill him because he hated Gaara, and he basically says that he despised his father for giving him those orders because he loved hanging out with Gaara, and Gaara was one of the only things he cared about.
Yeah, because I think it was something like, out of all your siblings, you remind me the most of your mother. For how caring he was, because he was actually like a really, really caring child.
Oh yeah, no, Gaara was pretty chill. I think Gaara and Naruto.
Yeah, Ross is just a dick, which is why, like, in retrospect, when you find out that Orochimaru killed him on the way to the tuning exams, you can't feel that sorry. Which is also like really good scaling for fucking for Orochimaru.
Initially when he died, 2 things. One, initially when he died, I kind of forgot that was Rasa, but when I got the added context, I was like, man, I'm kind of glad that Orochimaru killed him. Orochimaru's over here cleaning up the Sand Village, and he's not even a Sand Village member. Model citizen.
But this damage is unbelievable.
It's a shame. I don't have
The second thing is
but I guess I'm just too strong.
I think Naruto and Gaara being the leaders of the village in, I'm just gonna say part 3, Boruto kind of does give like a much brighter future for the history of the ninja world, and that now they don't have like massive screw-ups who are just constantly proliferating the same system over and over again. They actually make improvements to it instead of just causing the same problem.
Well, all the Kage literally like made up, not just politically, but they all made up kind of like on friendly terms and like have drinks with each other and basically say like really, really friendly with each other to stop any kind of like perpetuation of war. It's why at the end of the series they release all of the tail beasts besides from the 9 and the 8 tails because they just wanted to stick with Naruto and B.
Well, in Boruto or are the actual teal beasts out there in the world? Are they just chilling?
Yeah, like at the end of the war, they just allowed them to go free. They're just chilling.
Less than sorry. You're like, damn, I wish I was able to see the whole thing.
Someone said Gaara stomped Crocodile because Gaara can control sand.
That kind of
a dumb argument.
that kind of depends on how you want to take like Gaara infusing his chakra sand with like Crocodile, because that could go either way. Because if you argue for a speed blitz, then Crocodile could just drain him of all of his like water in his body, and that would just instantly kill Gaara. But if you argue that like Gaara could put like his chakra infused sand in the wind, then he could control like Crocodile like a puppet. Wouldn't be able to kill him, but he could stop him from like moving.
Doesn't his sand have hockey in it?
That wouldn't really matter.
So,
but also,
Gaara
could probably seal him if he does that. So it kind of comes down to like how you want to look at the situation. It could go either way for either person, but it kind of depends on speed.
Listen, I don't specialize in the Sandman. I just ask the Sandman questions.
The problem is how you want to take Hockey versus other abilities. Because so, Hockey in One Piece specifically can fuck with mental abilities, but those are caused by other Hockey users, and Devil Fruit powers specifically.
It also like doesn't help that you could also, because depending on how generous you want to be, you'd be making the same argument for like Sea Prism Stone for other like series as well.
Now that you mention it, if more of the Dragon Ball continues, the more hacks. Necessarily, because as time is going on, we're getting more types of hacks. But the problem with this is that the more Dragon Ball continues, the worse Dragon... So, how can I say this? The more Dragon Ball continues, the better Dragon Ball's chances in a versus matchup get, but the worse they also get from a defensive standpoint. Let me give you an example.
Well, I was going to say, to make it easier for what Mangler is saying, is like, they get way better AP, but if you put them in an equalized fight, it keeps getting worse and worse because the powers they get are not significant enough to close any kind of gap.
I'm also referring to hacks. So to give an example, let's look at the Moro arc. The main villain of the Moro arc is Moro, a guy that absorbs energy and has like life force absorption and a bunch of that stuff. His abilities not only work on Goku and Vegeta effectively, they can life wipe a planet and they can depower them down from their highest forms all the way down to the bottom. And Vegeta literally has to go and get a new technique designed to auto-counter that technique in order to beat him. And then they end up losing to other types of techniques like, 37? The android or whatever that copies abilities. Like, every time you introduce new abilities into the series, they add new stuff to the series, and they do put a new plateau for what's a good hacks. But that also fucks over Dragon Ball from a power scaling standpoint, because now you just provided direct evidence of something that can beat Dragon Ball.
It's kind of like, was it Granola who basically showed that, like, if you can fuck with pressure points, you can do some serious damage to the verse.
Or if you have any sort of information analysis or advanced perception, you can also fuck over Ultra Instinct. Because you can analyze weak points in their body. Or parts of Goku's biological structure. And use it against them. Wow, is that Kyle bodying the third Raikage? I don't remember that fight going that way.
Kyle's just doing his best Zoro impression, being a minority hunter.
I really wish that's how it went in the manga, because I remembered a whole lot of everybody
What you mean?
Raikage.
You mean the whole philosophical debate where he basically had to talk to one of the clouds like analysis people, where he's just like, "Hey, I remember his fight with the Eight Tails, and after the fight, he got the scar." Which is weird because he's supposed to have like he's supposed to have like the strongest shield and the strongest spear. And then Naruto puts two and two together that he fucking fell on his own fucking hand.
They basically spend an entire episode or two trying to explain to you that the only one who can beat the third Raikage is the third Raikage.
I'll take it from here. I'll be borrowing your body, however.
Time to make a comeback.
Well, let's see if the member of the Air Black Forces come out. Air Black Forces.
It's the Black Air Force energy for some reason. It's a meme.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Seems you've molded Nagato into
Last, it's time for the one, the only.
Who are you? I'm Kabuto Yakshi, his partner in crime, I suppose. Basically, I'm on your side. I'm borrowing the second Tsuchikage's body to talk with you now. Oh? What's this all about? We're in the middle of a war.
So this is like where you find out like during the end stages of the war what Nagato's full purpose was just in case this eventuated, Nagato's life was going to be sacrificed and not fucking Obito's, because Obito knew straight away. Like, I think the beginning was like he had no intention of reviving Madara, but just in case.
This leaf Jinchuriki is a reckless one.
But aren't you just a clone? Where's the real you?
The real me is just up ahead.
Who's that?
I'm the person who changes the war.
I find it kind of funny that, like, in that
Oh, yeah.
situation, he was never actually going to use the reanimation at all, and then Kabuto shows up with Madara's corpse, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna bring Madara in."
Well, here's the thing, like,
Kabuto
Kabuto basically showed him, it's just like, I know you're not Madara, and here's Madara, so if you try and get, like, smart with me, I'm gonna, like, expose you. It's just like, I'm just gonna expose you anyway. Because Obito is just like, oh, why did you fucking summon him?
No, see, the great thing about that scene is that it's twofold. So,
No, like, Obito had no intention of bringing Madara back.
Kabuto was trying to do it to expose him, not specifically just as, like, a power move or a fight. Whereas Obito had a problem with it because he's like, oh shit, if Madara is going to be here, that's going to interfere with my plan. Because I was going to do everything even with him.
So, Obito agrees with the Infinite Tsukiyomi plan. He just had no intention of bringing Madara back.
Oh yeah, no. Because he was aware of what Madara was involved in Rin's death, and he knew Madara was like a master manipulator, so he's like, yeah, I don't want you involved in this. You don't belong in this world.
Well, he also knows he's just like, he's not going to be satisfied coming back as a reanimation. And because he's given me the Rinnegan, he's going to expect me to use Rinne Rebirth.
Well, he doesn't care for Madara. I hate to be that guy, but like, he doesn't give a shit about Madara, because Madara, he knew later on that Madara was involved in. Well, I think Madara confirms later on that he's like the guy that put the. He somehow orchestrated the events to get the Three Tails inside of Rin, which is still one of the biggest like ass pulls. Like, I don't know how that even makes sense when his 80 to 120-year-old ass is sitting inside of a cavern, hooked up to, like, I don't know, Hashirama juice.
Well, this is one of the funny things that's like that Obito says during like the manga and the anime is just like, you think I started this war just because you killed Rin? No. He makes it clear that he's fully on board with the Infinite Tsukiyomi plan. He just didn't realize how it would turn out. But people come up
This
with
is where I started reading the manga.
he literally just comes up with the. It's literally just like a proprietor of memes where it's just like he started the war over because childhood like love died.
If you think I haven't changed since then, you'd be gravely mistaken.
Yeah.
It's actually quite funny as well that like Madara is voiced by the same person who does Yamamoto's voice.
I definitely think his Yamamoto is a lot better than his Madara.
Because he sounds
I
like
don't really
like an old Japanese man.
I just don't like really. Madara's sub voice is really good, but I just don't like how he's presented in the dubbed. Most of the dub voices are actually on point with what I would expect of a character, but like Madara's is just like, oh.
No, I like his Madara.
It's not my cup of tea. This is where you started reading Naruto Shippuden, Ewan? How does that even make sense?
How would you even know what the hell's going on?
So you can imagine my confusion why the manga and Naruto community exploded in that. Madara, dog, why do I see only like 10 ninjas on the field? Yeah, bro. Imagine being told by Kabuto there's a war there, and then he walks over the next hill, and all he sees is like 12 ninjas just standing in a room. Like, wait a minute. Where is everybody?
Like, as hard as this is to believe, but like, the power jump between Madara becoming awake again and him fighting like 6 parts Naruto is literally, this is the same day. This is so in reality, this entire fight basically goes for like maybe 10 hours at best.
Every modern
Like
presence of his Japanese.
Yeah, it's also important to note that this scene kind of makes it, well, not as much as the Gathering of Hokage, but this scene makes it clear that certain reanimations, when they're brought back, are not as strong as they are normally, but that is only really reserved for people that are, like, above your normal Kages. Like, most people who are brought back with the third version of the reanimation, they're full strength, and in some cases, they're even made stronger. It's usually only people near like moderate power that are like, yeah, it's not completely at full strength. But even Toby Rama confirms that they're almost at full strength.
Hey, wait a minute. How come he's got the Rinnegan?
And at the time, I only knew what happened in the Sasuke retrieval arc thanks to Ultimate Ninja 4, so those playing I had to catch up. That sounds like a nightmare. Keep in mind, I only had the Japanese version of Ultimate Ninja 5. That sounds weird. Madara, where are the rest of them too pussy to face me? Madara, you might want to turn off being the volume of your praise of forgiveness because it's the funeral for the living.
Well, one of the hardest moments is when like the Kage realize that like Madara is letting them get pity hits on him, just so he can show off the Hashirama face on his chest, and then he's just like, do you want these clans to go Susanoo or not?
What style is just not fair, bro? What style just ain't right?
I think he does admit though throughout the fight that like they are worthy of being the 5 Kage because they do manage to catch him in the fields multiple times, and he is forced to use Perfect Susanoo. It's just as soon as he does it, he's
not forced to use the Perfect Susanoo. He uses that to show them the difference in power between them.
No, he is. If you read the original
he uses just the standard one.
No. So there's 2 points where
the one that splits the mountains is the one that's basically supposed to show the disgusting difference in power.
Yeah, that is the perfect one. So he has. So he shows
Oh yeah,
off
this
the
is the funny
normal.
bit. This is the funny bit in the manga. Like Anoki holds the first one up, and he's just like, "That's very good, Anoki." But what about the second one?
No, for some reason the stream's lagging on your end. It's really weird. Yeah, we're just stuck in this loop for now. Model report
I
to
found that to
Sephiroth.
be. I always found the creation of all things technique to be so fucking random.
Well, that's not what it's called. Its actual name is the Shattered Heavens.
Not
In the
bad.
official or the JP?
That's its official name in the game. Like sometimes, like techniques that don't get an actual name, you have to like divert to what the game calls it.
Mm.
Okay, so for some reason, Kyle.
I shall call it Giant Rock.
Oh, Kyle's stream ended. It looks like.
What?
Yeah, your stream shut down.
No, it's still going.
Hang on, let me refresh it. No, for some reason it's not on.
No, it's still transmitting on my end.
No, it said you were online. Here, let me. Yeah, no, your stream is offline on Twitch.
Shouldn't be.
That's weird.
Are you checking your broadcast?
Yeah, it still says it's broadcasting.
Well, I think we'll call it here for today then, since we're starting to get technical issues.
If you think I haven't...
Yeah, because the last part of the stream that's up is right after the Madara fight. So we don't see the meteor. We see the meteor come down the first one, and then it stops.
Next time on Dragon Ball. Dun.
Yeah, no. So we'll go ahead and call stream here for today, since we're having technical issues and we've already got through a substantial portion of the actual game. Kyle, for example, the black and white Chidori of Curse Mark 2, Sasuke didn't have a name until Ultimate Ninja 3 came out and called it Chidori Onyx.
The Onyx Chidori, yes.
Isn't it referred to as the Lambert Chidori in the games?
No, it's the Onyx.
Oh wait, no. Am I thinking of something else?
You might be.
Yeah, I might be thinking of something else.
Alright. At any rate, I guess we'll go ahead and call it here for today, since there are technical issues going on. Is there anything you guys would like to announce or anything before I end the stream?
Not particularly.
I announced that I will be going to sleep.
Very nice. Alright, so I don't think Devil will be streaming this week again. Kyle should be streaming on his normal days. Mangler on his normal days. I'll see if I can't get a stream in this week. And beyond that, that's about it for this week. So thank you guys for your time as always. Have a nice day. I'll see you guys on the next stream or video. Take care.